Same.
Yeah.
But we here.
It's not terrible though.
All right.
Yeah, I test this. I need to test this shit. Mm-hmm. All right. Give me a second. Live people filing in. See. Go like this one time. All right. Yo.
You
Let me
out.
check this real quick. It's good. Yeah. This might be risky. We here, DJ Hampton Stampede. We in the building. Man, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling refreshed and all that. Corn, what's popping?
What's happening? How y'all doing today?
Everything's everything?
Yeah.
All right.
I ain't laughing, bro.
You probably need an eye drop or something.
What's wrong with my eyes?
Like you in a staring contest. You won, nigga. Mr. White was good.
Oh my goodness.
Yo,
What they was congratulating you about earlier?
I won the lottery.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
You say so, nigga. I hope it wasn't what I think it was. Bub, what's popping?
Man, baby number 8.
Yo, what's good? What's good? I'm happy to be back. Yo, hey, shout out to the loyal watchers, True Impact. He called me out last night. He asked me where the hell I was at, bro. I'll be at work, baby, but I'm back tonight. Let's get it.
Word. True Impact always here, man. Oh, Chef, what's good? Where you been at, my G?
Let's go with it, man. Been working, been grinding, man. Getting ready for Southern Vibe 6. You already know.
Indeed, that shit gonna be fire, man.
Shit like that.
And
shit
yo,
like that,
man,
shit
I
like
always
that,
stick up for you every time they say you peeling shrimp in the living room too, man. I don't like that shit.
It's absurd out here.
Yeah, you got a kitchen, shit. Married?
Nah, man. Pernicious behavior. The big words is back.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit
Dave
like
was
that,
popping.
like
Welcome. You on mute?
Boy, that boy excited.
Oh yeah, I said thank you. Glad to be here.
You all right, bro? You seem a little shaky. You straight?
Yeah, I mean, this just me, man. You know, man, I don't won basketball championships, man. I got energy, man.
This nigga's scared.
All right. I see you. Isha, what's good?
What's up, Hampton?
Ain't shit. Where you been at?
I've been home.
No doubt. Shit like that. Love, what's popping?
What's up? What's going
What's
on?
up? You recruit from yesterday?
I'm good. I'm straight. We had a good time last night.
No doubt. That shit was crazy. I was doing
Girls
way
gone
too much.
wild. Girls gone wild after dark. POV after dark.
TMI, man. Mary, what's popping?
What's up, Ham? How you been?
How you feeling? You got older or some shit like that recently?
Oh yeah, my birthday was yesterday. 33.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
Hey,
Listen, I don't look a day over 25. Stop playing.
Stop the cap.
All right. Whatever you say.
You niggas up here right now. Stop playing.
Yo, man, you know that light skin, it don't age the same. You and Bub. You, Bub, and Big Chill gonna be in trouble, man.
I don't know about them, but I'm gonna be straight forever.
Don't make me call sis. Q, what's popping?
Ain't shit. Checking Dave out. Dave over there looking like if no cupcake zone and Chief had a baby.
Wow.
Man.
Y'all see what the fuck going on with the merch? Make sure y'all get your hats, t-shirts, hoodies. You feel me?
No doubt.
Shit like that. Shit like that.
Also,
shit like
make sure y'all get my baby book. You know what I mean? Miss Nay dropped the book. Y'all see that? Here, there you go right there.
No doubt.
Got a copy of that.
We're gonna make sure we share the link throughout the show and all that. DirectionCYOP.com is also in the description. Hit all the links in the description. Subscribe to the Apple Podcast. Alex drop that shit every Monday morning at 5 a.m. for your ride to work and all that. You feel me? Who in the chat? Tatum, always here. He's a member as well. I appreciate you, brethren. Damn, I think we got a new member too. Let me see. Oh, LaShawn always here. Who was he hitting on yesterday? Dana? LaShawn finally became a member. Appreciate you, big dog.
Yeah, you hitting on Dana yesterday.
Ali in the chat. Ali was popping. Hey, go. I don't know what. I think Ali's page is Is that how you say his first name? Like this is this is the page right here. Insightful, very insightful. I think he used to be in therapy. With young boys, teaching, coaching, training, learning, explaining. Definitely subscribe to his channel. One of the moderators, do me a favor, drop his channel in the chat, please, if you don't mind. Double R in the building. Shout out. What's good? Rashid, are you a moderator? Big said flake today, but at least he in the chat. Here for the T in the chat. Appreciate you. Definitely go subscribe to Here for the T as well. She got dope content. Drop the links if y'all don't mind. All right, we here, man. Somebody got sound like an airplane. Oh, that might be Bub shit. All right, so y'all feeling good?
Yeah, let's do this.
So, I was thinking about this a lot from all the conversations we had. You know what I'm saying? Just about women and conduct and so on and so forth. And I listened to a lot of the manosphere, a lot of dope brothers giving the game or what they think is the game. You got passport borrows and shit like that. But I find in that I put it as a statement, but it's a question. Men are no longer solution based. I feel like I hear a lot of whys, right? Why things are happening, what's going on, what's the problem? But are we coming to any real conclusions? Right? Are we coming to any solutions? So let me go. What I want to go to first. Let me think. I want to start with. All right, let's start with this. Modern women. Do modern women kind of suck? What y'all think?
It's a rhetorical question. We know the answer to that.
It's yes.
Super yes.
Corn. Modern women kind of suck.
Damn, it's such a loaded question, bro.
Bruh.
I don't know. So there's pros and cons, right? So modern women, yes, they have to take on more responsibility now, which when they get with a man, it's hard for them to adjust that or dial back on some of their responsibilities now that the man is coming to their life. Back in the day, right, women, all they had to do was make sure the kids taken care of, the man went out and worked. All they had to make sure that's all they had to do, but they had to make sure the food was on the table, the kids were taken care of, and it was certain roles. Now men have to do part of that, and women have to do part of that. Because women are working out here too, right? So we working, they working. So it's just a matter of I don't know. It's kind of hard to. It just depends on how that woman is taking that thing on.
Put him in
a. Say that.
So, Corn, let me ask you a question. Do modern women kind of suck?
Why you gonna repeat the question like I did just answer it?
I mean, you answer, but you double dutching and all that. We're gonna enter you in a tournament. Do modern women kind of suck? Yes or no? I understand what your premise is, but I need to know a definitive answer for once in your life.
No, I would say no.
Okay.
No.
You kind of said yes, but then you said no. Okay,
that's what I'm saying. It's all general, but I would say in general, no.
Okay. So how has dating been for you out here dating modern women? Now we got footage, so be careful.
Don't do that. That was one case.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'll say that's one case.
Are you sure it was one case?
Yeah, it was one case. So I would say for me, dating has been more. I would say for me, I feel like women know their role now more so. Like, okay, let me pay. Oh, obviously, I'm going to pay for the first date. Maybe first, second, third date, maybe, right? They may. I'm looking for, this is just me though. I'm looking for a woman to like, oh, so it is not all on me. They come in on maybe the third, fourth day, like, okay, you know what? I got it this time, so you don't have to come out of your pocket. That's the women that I've dated, right? If they don't do that, then to me it seems like, okay, they just want me to take care of everything, and I may not continue on with the relationship or building that relationship. So,
what is he saying, Mr. White?
That's a modern.
Is it a word
so
salad?
You asked me what? What you asked me? How is
All
it
right,
dating, right?
just mute for a second. Think about your answer. We're gonna come back, Mr. White. That's my man's too. This nigga's wilding. Mr. White, do modern women kind of suck?
Nah, I wouldn't say they suck. I would be difficult dealing with them, but I wouldn't say it sucks. They suck. I would say they're misunderstood.
Explain.
I don't think we understand how to deal with them and where they are at and everything that they are battling. And because of it, that's why, like you said, you hear more men just pointing the blame, saying what's wrong, because we don't understand them.
Oh, so you think it's on us because we don't understand how it is that they operate? Huh?
Yeah, it's always on us. Yeah, it's always on us.
Okay,
don't put that on us. Don't put that on us, Adrian.
It's always on us to figure it out.
Yo.
So I'm not saying. Go ahead.
What the fuck are you saying, man? What do you say something, man? Stop fucking.
He said it. No,
I'm about to put him. Stop, love. The men are talking. Listen, don't make me put you. Stop fucking trolling. Don't make me put you in the back, nigga. Answer the question. This nigga, man. Yo.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come
on.
Bro.
Yeah.
But I know you, nigga. You start doing that laughing, I know you. See, they don't know you. Like, look at Love. She think that you really fucking mean this shit. You've been doing this shit for 30 years, nigga. Dave, man, he's a dick. Dave.
Yeah.
Modern women kind of suck.
I like relationship wise, no, but like trying to get the marriage in general, I would say yes.
Yeah, why?
Because I mean, they just have a low respect for the position of a husband.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean that's the main thing. Respect, that's the main thing right there. I mean it's from propaganda, but that's where it come from, and it's like they don't seem to understand that like these TVs, movies, talk shows, music is all a plan. You know what I'm saying, to break up the black family, and it's just like they don't really get it. They just think it like it's just entertainment, but it's all a psychological game, and it's real deep, man.
Okay. Damn, you need to get you a motherfucking Red Bull.
Yeah, I'm good though. You know what I'm saying? I'm pumped up being on the show, so I ain't even tired, man.
Nah, I feel you.
I ain't even tired. I'm good.
So what do y'all want then? So if modern women kind of suck, do you think you want traditional women?
I mean, like I said, it really ain't.
Hold on, Dave. Pause for a second. Yeah. So, Bub, you say yes?
Absolutely. My woman is traditional. You know what I'm saying? So that's why if I'm going to answer the question, I'm going to say yes. Modern day women do suck. All right. I'm happy I don't have to deal with that type of female. Word.
So so one word answer, Corn. Chef, you want traditional women?
Yes.
Okay. When you hear that, Isha, right? Because you're still outside. I mean, I ain't trying to, man, whatever, man. Fuck
Put him in the.
So, when you hear men say that modern women kind of suck and they want traditional women, what does that mean to you?
Women with morals, values, standards, can be led, understand that a man is the leader, pretty much.
Yeah. Do you hear it the same way, Love? Huh?
So the question was, I'm sorry. So the question was, what do I hear when I hear men say that modern women suck?
No, you're not even paying attention. Mary, when you hear them say that, right? They want a traditional woman. What does that mean to you when you hear that?
That they want to be the leader of the household. They want to, they want somebody that understands them, that's willing to, follow them, understand where they're coming from, things of that nature. Somebody that's submissive, that type of thing.
Do you think that men also think that modern women, the traditional woman they want of today is like domesticated?
I honestly, I feel like the majority of men now don't want traditional women. I think they want the modern women. So I feel like the modern women fit with the modern men, because a lot of men now
but domesticated though. What do you think about that part though?
Like them being domesticated. I mean,
yeah. Do you think they want their woman to be domesticated also? So cook, clean, wash clothes, yada yada yada.
It is, yeah. Of course they want that, but I feel like that it could be a mix of either or. Like modern women can still be domesticated.
But the men are saying they want traditional women. Pay attention.
But that's what I'm saying. Being domesticated can come in modern women, and it's already instilled in traditional women. Like that's something naturally, but it can come with the modern woman. You get what I'm saying?
You're saying that when you hear traditional, the assumption is that domesticated is already a part of that definition.
Right, like it's natural.
Okay, all right, understand. Q. Do these modern men have the qualifications for traditional women?
Absolutely the fuck not. They in
Why
their
is
soft
that?
girl.
Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, they in their soft girl era. So ain't no woman finna listen to and submit to no motherfucking nigga who in his soft girl era. That's a household full of women. That's a lesbian relationship. Don't nobody want that. But me.
So what does soft girl era mean?
Just, for example, if you working hard in the house and you don't get the big piece of chicken, and that's a whole argument, that's actually a conversation, and you don't have no pushback on that. You in soft girl era. If you expect her to coddle you or to understand that you have emotions too. Not to say that men don't have emotions, aren't able to cry and that sort of thing, but if y'all trying to be in that equal space, like same, you in soft girl era.
So if he want to be able to complain and whine just as much as her type shit, he want to be heard in that way just as much as her, he in his soft girl era.
Shit like that.
I don't know. I might agree with that shit.
Oh my goodness, that's funny.
Is there any other? How else do you define soft girl? I mean, that's enough. I think that's a good example. Is anything else? Matt, what's popping?
Yeah,
any other examples?
Most modern men can't afford a traditional.
Hold on, Mary. Hold on, cowboy.
Yeah.
Any other examples, Q? Or are you good?
Yeah, if you pander a lot, you can't really stand in toxic masculinity. Soft girl era shit. They call it toxic masculinity, but it's really, to me, it's just being a man. But if you're like, oh, let me pander to the women because that's really not cool. Get out your soft girl era. You ain't not gonna find a solid, decent woman functioning like that.
Love, you outside. How you feel about what Q's saying? Do traditional men, do the modern men deserve, qualify, whatever the best word? Maybe I got to find a best word. Okay. Qualify for the traditional women they want. They want modern women to be.
No, you can't, because you saying a modern man, they don't qualify for a traditional woman. You have that's what I was going to ask too. Like, what makes these men that want a traditional woman, what qualifies them to get a traditional woman? Like, I want to know, like, what do you think you offer, or what do you attract? What do you present that would attract a traditional woman?
So you don't think modern men qualify for
No. Traditional woman? They do not. A lot of men up on here before. I remember a couple podcasts, a couple of them, they couldn't even define what masculinity was. Like, it's all over the place, and they couldn't even define it. And it turned into a real crazy discussion. I remember it. Check the tapes. So, I mean, that just further, solidifies that these modern men, they say they want traditional women, but they don't present they don't present themselves as a traditional man that would attract those traits in a woman that you want.
So, Chef, you hear this, right? So I'm looking for a solution. So Love said no. Yo, let me ask Isha real quick. Isha, do modern men qualify for the traditional woman that they want?
I don't think so.
Damn.
I think a lot of men want women to, work and still take care of the home and be their mom at sometimes too. So I don't think so.
Chef, how you feel about this?
It's pure malarkey, man. I've been sitting here listening to this nonsense for the last 15 minutes. Everybody know the modern woman is full of shit. On average, what they ask for, they don't come to the proverbial table with, right? And this back and forth about modern men don't do this, don't do that. The average chick does not qualify for the quote unquote man that's actually out here doing his thing, making money, living according to whatever framework he considers God or whatever. So per capita, you don't find the type of woman out here that is consistent, that wants nothing but the best for her man and her family, that is living according to those morals. She's out here twerking on brunch tables, all right? Or she's twerking on a car moving down the street, or she's doing some wild shit, and you can't tell her anything. She's living according to whatever morals that modern society has set. She's showing up to situations as your woman, dressed crazy. I just saw Keke Palmer actually did a damn video with Usher after having disrespected her relationship. So now she's out here being a single mother and capitalizing on it, which is a great example of the nonsense that men have to deal with. So my response is no, you cannot trust a modern woman. If she chooses to, or has some sort of understanding or a male mentor that says, hey, most of the way that you moving is some bullshit, then she might find herself maybe looking forward toward a traditional path. But the average chick out here is not doing anything that any man is trying to tell her whatsoever, and she's actually free to do so. But we all know that ends up with you having 2 to 3 cats, maybe a dog or two, and that's about it. That's where you're going for the rest of your life. Because if you're not willing to listen to any man, even the ones that you disregarded because they were good men, they were too nice to me, you know what I'm saying? That's absurd bullshit that on average men talk about between ourselves. It's like, that's insane. And no decent nigga is ever gonna entertain that type of woman. And I'll stop there.
Matthew Pearson with the $2 super chat. Here we go.
But wait, real quick. Keke Palmer's baby father was not the traditional man, though. So I look at him as a modern man with a modern woman. Like, what do you expect? Because he was the one that
we don't know that.
He was the one that wasn't making as much money. She was the breadwinner. He was the one that stayed at home as the mom. He was the one. Me, that's
right there. You already emasculated that man. We don't know their relationship outside of Twitter and Instagram and the shit that went down. Only thing I agree with that he should not have said what he said and put her on blast on public, but we don't know that man. You don't know his morals. You don't know what he stands on. And because
go ahead.
Because he stays at home and takes care of the kids, you've already set him down as being a punk because he's handling his responsibilities.
I didn't say he was a punk. I said he was the modern man. I didn't say he was.
That's not a modern man, right? That's a man handling his business.
That's a man handling his business. That's what, if a woman goes to work, she's she's a part of a modern woman because she chooses to go to work. But if a man stays home like a woman normally would, that's considered just a traditional man.
But understand this, Mary, that is never a concept that men flip on women ever. As soon as a woman sees herself as wearing the wingtips, oh, you my little nigga. I'm making the money, you my hoe. Immediately. Men never do that to women. And we have traditionally always been in power in regards to finances or running the home, all of that. But because a man is doing it, he's a little hoe. He shouldn't have said what he said. Now she's out here punking her man and doing music videos with Usher.
But see, now you put words in my mouth because nobody said that. What I'm saying.
No, but you're implying it. You're implying it.
No, what I'm saying is take what I said for what I said. What I'm saying is he is a part of the modern men. He's not a traditional man. He's not. The traditional man to me is someone that is the breadwinner. So he's not a part of the traditional man. So
but this is not the only time in the world where men have been in the home. Like, it's not a thing that happens large scale, but there are men who happen to stay at home.
So there's traditional and modern women, but there can't be traditional and modern men.
No, you're conflating the issue. No, that's not what I said.
Okay, well, you're saying a bunch of shit that I didn't say. What I'm saying is, if the roles are reversed,
I'm highlighting the contradictions. What you're saying?
If I'm not contradicting anything, what I'm saying is that if he's the one that stays home as the mom, and she's the one that goes to work as the husband, wouldn't you consider that a modern relationship?
But you've already given him a synthetic vagina. Look how you describe the man. Still a man, but because he stays home, he's staying home as the mom. You didn't say as the father. You didn't say as the dad. You called him the mom.
Exactly, because traditionally the mom stays home. That's why I'm saying that.
No, but you're applying feminist and feminine energy to a man. You've already disconstructed the fact that he is a man.
I called her a man as well for going to work. So where's the?
But there's no logic there, and that's what Q was saying. Like, you might as well, if you're gonna dictate that this type of man moves in that way, you might as well be in a lesbian relationship.
What I'm saying is, you brought up their relationship, but their relationship is not traditional. They don't have a traditional relationship.
We don't know that. I said initially we don't know that.
But you were speaking as if he's a traditional man, and she's not. She's a modern girl. That's how you were speaking in regards to him being traditional. But
I hear you, but I didn't emasculate him. I didn't call him a mom. I didn't do none of that.
I called her the husband. I called him a mom and I called her the husband. So I'm doing it to both. There's balance. What are you saying? I'm not picking and choosing.
Yeah.
Only women do that. They use finances to put themselves in the upper echelon of a dynamic in the relationship. Men don't do that.
But men don't do that. Traditional relationships, who's the breadwinner?
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing that the men are. Okay, but when we're talking about actually describing it, only women do that.
Y'all been saying the whole same shit. But she's just saying, based on the roles, with it being reversed, technically it wouldn't be traditional. So it's already disqualified. So when you use that example, they're already non-traditional, and that's the point of the convo, I guess, is Mary's point. Bronze Bird with the $2 super chat. All men and women are modern. Y'all serious? See, we having a conversation, right? Because the key word in the title is solution. So my follow-up is, right? So we have this issue. We see the problem. Now we have to understand, or how do we get to a solution? Motherfuckers always talking about what's wrong and right, but now how do we fix it? So once I get through these super chats, we can try to figure that out. Alex for the $5 super chat. Alex, what's popping? Them having a child and not being married is non-traditional. Him being Mr. Mom is non-traditional. Also, he wasn't the breadwinner. Okay. Which is just further probably what Mary was saying. True Impact with the $10 super chat. True Impact, what's popping? He might be a rich man working from home. He has options. They said he was like a celebrity trainer or some shit. I don't know. No Cupcakes on podcast with the $2 super chat. Numbers don't lie. 45% will be single and childless.
Get off that carpet. Get off that carpet. Get off that carpet.
David, can you mute, please?
I'm sorry.
Savage, what's popping? Much respect, showing you some love. Sorry, modern women are not tradition. They don't deserve traditional outcomes. If you're not a virgin to your husband, you don't deserve traditional husband. God damn. Savage ain't fucking around with y'all. Huh? Come on, bro.
Bruh.
You had one job to pick your own name and you picked that. Big draws with the $5 super chat. Women are only working more due to technology. In the past, all the jobs required men's strength. That's why they were in the home more. Oh, no. That was not the button I meant to hit. I don't know. I feel like women always did put in pain at the house, especially, if you were in an agricultural place, right? That shit is rough. And I think women participated. Even when you watch that, hold on, love. I need you to, I don't need no pat.
You know what?
Also, if you watch The Help, cleaning other people's fucking dirt and shit, that shit is physically demanding. Cleaning up. You ever broke a sweat while cleaning up? Especially somebody else shit. That shit is real, man. So I don't know. But I think he has a point in terms of technology has allowed women to do more physical things that they normally could not. Last one, then we're gonna get to a solution. Y'all see it? Sinead with the $5 super chat. Ain't nobody heard about that man till he became Mr. Kiki Palmer. He's modern.
Wow.
Okay. So we say what we want. Isha agreed. You guys described the traditional man, traditional woman. So what's the solution? So if I were to go, I say Q got a point. And I'm not saying be like the men of yesteryear, because I feel like them motherfuckers was simping more than anybody. They came up with that happy life, happy wife bullshit. I think men need to start standing on that toxic, what people call toxic. And women need to, I don't know how you make them do this, but in a way, right? By I'm not sure how you do it, but women need to respect all men. I think that needs to become a thing again. So I think we need to start standing on masculinity more, and maybe we can get the results we want. What you think? What you think, Bob?
That's a fact. I agree with you. These new modern day women, the way some of them be talking to their men that shit is just like out of line, and like the self entitlement is like is fucking crazy to me. The things they say that their men should be doing or they can't do, and what they're willing to accept and not accept, and how willing they are to give up on a situation so fast and not want to work on anything. This shit is totally unacceptable, Word. That's my take on it. Word.
Let me get one of the ladies in. Love, what's the solution to this?
I heard you. I heard you. I got you. The solution is, I think a lot of male mentors need to mentor the men. Like, I think, as I stated, if a man presents himself as such, thank you, Bob. If a man presents himself as such, then he'll attract that, right? I think that's just a universal law. You attract what you give out, first of all. Second of all, I need to know.
Hold on.
Oh.
So attract what you give out. What you mean? So
give out. Wait,
go ahead.
That's that right? Yeah, attract. Yeah, that's it. They're right. Attract what you give out. Yes, absolutely.
So what does he get though? If he presents as masculine as possible, he not in his soft girl era. All that. What do you think he's gonna get? What's he gonna attract from modern women who want to lead too? So
I'm not entering into the conversation for modern women that want to lead too. I'm not. That's not all women. That's not all women. So I'm not coming from that perspective. I'm coming from women as a whole. I think sometimes, most of the time, I agree. Most of the time, I think that women present something in what they see lacking in the relationship. So if they're with a man who seemingly is lacking in leadership, then she may subconsciously present that. If he's lacking in managing the money properly, then she may subconsciously just kick in and autopilot and manage the money properly. So I think in relationships where there's lack, the other person that may have it, it will kick in on autopilot. So that's what I mean when I say you attract what you give off. So if you are giving off simp energy, male or female, you're going to attract that person that will probably more than likely take advantage of that.
So men need to become more what the world deems toxic then.
The way it was described by Q, then yes. Again, toxic masculinity can be defined different ways, but if we define it as being the leader and being say, no, this is how it's going to happen in my house, that's not toxic masculinity to me. Some people describe it that way. I don't. So I think that there needs to be a better understanding what that means. Do you want to read the super chat or no?
Go ahead.
Savage Red Recovery for 1999 super chat. This is him talking, not me. There is no fixing it.
Whoa. Now, you know, the 20 ball, you got to read with enthusiasm like you a motherfucking narrator. Go ahead.
You know I can get dramatic. There is no fixing it. You can't tell 40 poles, these 304s from each other. Let these women be strong and wait for them to die out.
Good God almighty.
Wow. Shit like that.
Damn. Savage said there's no saving them, but Savage, we got to try to find a solution. Because by the time these heifers die, we're going to be dead too.
Right. So that's not a solution, sir.
Savage said ain't no saving her.
Don't save her. She don't want to be saved.
That's real crazy. But back what I was saying, I believe you give out and then you attract, what you give out. That's my final wrap up. So if you want to be a traditional man and you are a traditional man and you know what that means, how to lead, you know how to be that man, that masculine man, you're going to attract that woman that can be softer, and she can, be that woman that says, I'm gonna follow you. I feel safe. I feel protected. I'm gonna follow you. I know you got my back. There will be no questions. You say, let's go.
Do the small things matter too? Isha, Mary, do the small things matter too? Like, what if he ain't cutting his own grass?
What if he paying for somebody else to cut it?
Yeah.
Then it's fine. He's taking care of the grass. Mm-hmm.
So you saying there's absolutely no value to him going out there and cutting the grass?
I mean, no, he's taking care of the grass. As long as he's making sure it gets done, it's getting done.
Let's picture this. You look outside, right? Your man, his name probably gonna be Tyrone or some shit like that. He cutting the grass, he digging up weeds, he out there glistening and shit. That don't do nothing for you?
That's sexy. However, like
now, whoa, god damn it. Now you look outside. Jose in there out there with a long sleeve and a and a big ass hat so he don't get sunburned. Tyrone sitting on the couch watching Dragon Ball Z. That's the same thing.
Listen, it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. But here you also got to remember, my stepdad mixed cement with his hands. So like,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yo, you can't. Come on, man.
The little things do matter. Like,
shout out to Stacey. It don't get no tougher than Stacey. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Go ahead, Mary.
The little things do matter. Like the fact that my husband works, has his business and all that, and still comes home and take care of the trash, the lawn, all that by himself. Although he does have the money to pay someone else, he's just very particular about it. Like, it's better than him not, sitting around the house just not doing nothing. It's like kind of just looking at him like,
yeah. But what I'm saying is, do those things have to start mattering though? Like, should it matter if he don't cut his own grass? Is what I'm saying. You feel me?
No, that shouldn't matter. So,
if you're not cutting no grass, he not cutting.
No, that's not what it is. That's not what it is. the issue is too many small things matter. Right. And it goes back to everybody wants to do what works for them. Everybody wants to nitpick, and we don't have the same common goal. So if we don't all have the same common goal, everybody's going to be going which way, and whatever's going to be important to this person is going to be important to that person. Right. So just imagine if we all came together without the insults and just said, okay, our common goal is going to be to restore the family. Every decision we are going to try to make, let's restore the family. And then break down what that's going to look like. That may take some compromising or whatever, but we all would need the same goal. The fact that everybody is so picky and wants to go their own way, as a whole, it will never get right.
But look what Love said though. How are men presenting though? Like, how do you even get to that conversation? How are we presenting ourselves to these women?
Right. So the way we get to the conversation is, first we have to start listening to where they are at. When you listen to a woman and just let them get off, they'll be more apt to listen to you. Right. I feel like we started hard with the red pill thing and we did it just enough. But I feel like the majority of women are more open to listening to what we have to say. You'll see more and more women now coming to our side now, and at least being open to the conversation. So now is the time for us to be more strategic, I feel like.
Yeah. So yeah, but how much fucking blood, sweat, and tears did we put in on this panel alone to get them to start listening a little bit?
Right, but now that they're listening here, now that they've listened a little bit, now we can be more strategic and start tearing the stuff down too. But it has to be in a way that they can receive it too. You know what I'm saying? And again, it has to come back to it being a common goal. It has to be, because the way that we're doing
that
it,
a little bit, but ain't that the problem though?
Huh?
Ain't that the problem, that we got to make so much shit palatable all the time?
Yeah, we gotta. It feels like we gotta grovel and like literally, like it doesn't take away from put the women on a pedestal mentality a little bit. I'm not saying that's what you're saying, Adrian, but it's just like, as much as we have to perpetually drill the same message over and over and over again, even though consciously a lot of women know their bullshit is their bullshit, because they like, I don't take away anything from any woman. I think women are highly intelligent, but they refuse to see their own bullshit up until it hits them over the head. It's just like, oh shit, time has passed me by. I have been doing shit that has not collectively been in my benefit for so long. Okay, according to what you said, let me now pay attention.
Yeah.
Let me now, because all this other shit in society is working against me. But sis, it's always been working against you. Your power is your feminine. Your power is your softness. Your power is in all of that. But you want to be forced into doing shit in a masculine way. It doesn't work for you. It just doesn't.
Let me get these. Hold on, hey, let me get the super chat real quick, and you can jump right back in. All right. Mike Brown with the $5 super chat. If nothing changes, who has the most to lose, women or men? Damn, that's a good question. Let's come back to that for sure. Who's raising these soft modern men?
Single women.
Yeah. Savage Red with the 20 ball once again. He said J. Cole, right? J. Cole said it already. Teach your kids, let this woman over 18 die off. I'm not going to build myself to put you in a check. Myself up to put.
Let me read it. Let me read it, Ham. I got it.
Go ahead.
J. Cole said it already. Teach your kids. Let these women over 18 die off. I'm not gonna build myself up to put you in check. If you're not soft, you already lost, ladies. You need to get yourself together. Period.
Wow. Yeah, and that's kind of what we saying. Hey, like, god damn.
No, but so here's the other piece to that too, though.
Hold on, we got a few more. Hold on, we got a few more before you start preaching some soft shit. Big Draws with the $5 super chat. Bastardized feminism and being told you can be and do anything ruined our social structure. Do anything gave you permission to act any kind of way? Damn. Wow. All right, go ahead.
Nah, so what I'm saying is there's plenty of women who are not like that too. Those are the women who we need to build with, because they're like-minded. continuing to have these conversations with the same women who never are going to get it, who are going to continue to go back and forth with you, but yet we continue to give them energy and only focus on them, we're going to stay right where we are at.
Okay, so you saying do away with the ones that we can't help?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you saying focus on the minority?
If they don't have the goal, no, yeah. If they, because then that will become the majority, right? So if we talk about the 304s or whatever, if men stop supporting that, eventually they will switch up and fall in line. If we give life and birth and build with the ones who will align with us, we'll be fine. But there's plenty of them too, but we don't look there because they don't always look the way that the other ones look. So it's gonna take some sacrifice on our end too, because y'all say it all the time, right? We hold the key to the relationships.
So we should reprioritize what we deem important, you think? So right now, I think for men, number one is beauty. Let's just say, for sake of argument, right? It might be beauty or respect, right? Maybe one of Does that need to go to them? What, Ish? You almost headbutted your goddamn screen. What?
I was looking at David and he looked like he's sleeping. Like he wake up.
Definitely fell asleep.
No, I'm not.
Savage with the $5 super chat. Time is money. Why would I worry about picking up quarters when I can make dollars instead, ladies? That's kind of a long A point, right? Let me get a couple more A, and then we got to answer that question. Omega Green, what's popping with the $5 super chat? Savage is correct. People tend not to change, especially as they age. Most of the women left to choose from are bargain bin charging new prices. God damn. Savage the $5 super chat. Women don't listen, and they don't want to compromise, and they don't want to look at the long term. They want lifestyle. Damn. So, if you're saying that,
can I jump in here?
Yeah, I want to pose this question. You could jump in to answer. Okay. I want to answer this question. Right. Should we maybe reprioritize what's most important to us? Yes. Would that allow us to find better, more wholesome women? Go ahead, Corn.
Yeah. Picking up on that, actually, we definitely do. Because I think a lot of times we go for the Instagram models. We go for the woman that's got the banging body, that's beautiful. However, their emotional intelligence is jacked up. You know what I'm saying? So we give with these women, and they can't hold a conversation. They can't cook. They can't clean. They can't do nothing but look good. But we give them multiple chances because they look good. You know what I mean? And I think we lose out on so many other things if we give somebody, yeah, she may not be Instagram model, whatever, but she know how to cook, she know how to clean, she know how to hold a conversation. She actually built her character, I will say. She actually built her character to the point where we can have some peace. You know what I'm saying? And it's actually funny, Tyrese was actually saying this. He said that the women that he has dealt with in the past, they had nothing, I guess, of encouragement to say to get him out of his emotions. Like they look good, and they felt like because they look so good, this should help you get you out of your depression or whatever. But they had nothing intelligent to say to this brother to get him at whatever, like you get, you depressed, I'm depressed. Like how are we helping each other get out of each other's way? You know what I'm saying? How are we helping each other build and be better? You know what I mean? And so that's what I would say. We definitely have to be more. We have to look at the heart and look at the character. Because at the end of the day, a man gonna always give the Instagram model a chance. So she really doesn't have to build her character because a man gonna always give her opportunity. So.
But wouldn't that fall under because Adrian was basically saying the small things shouldn't matter. Certain things like that when it come to women, shouldn't that matter? If she gets up and she has breakfast made for you, that's something little, but it's something that should matter because it goes with her character.
No, it does.
Thing with a man, if a man goes outside and he's cutting his own lawn, that's something that you appreciate more. The thing about it is, I feel like a lot of people focus so much on the major things that if something goes wrong with the major thing, there's nothing to fall back on. This man fucked up here, but he doesn't do shit else. So I have nothing to fall back on to stay. But if he fucked up here, but he does this, and that, that's kind of, small. It gives me some hope. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. No, that's
no,
real.
but that's not what I was saying. I was saying in terms of the small things. I mean, the small things that y'all make. I was talking about the small things that y'all make important, right? So like, my man don't take out the trash, like throw him away. When I'm saying focus on the bigger things, it wasn't what Corn talking about in terms of a woman helping me get out of depression, but it is about her character and what it is that she submits to, right? You should be able to see what a woman submits to and figure that out before you even give her the time of day, right? So is she committed to herself, taking care of herself, family, how she treating people that she don't need? Is she soft? Is she healed? Like all of those things should supersede us being attracted to him. So when you said we need to change our order, we do. Is that easier said than done? Absolutely, but we need to, because because by us only being so attracted to what we see, that's causing the family to be divided. When you know him, how many women you done had throughout the years who would have gladly did whatever you said, worship the ground you walk on. You see what I'm saying? And you lucked up and still had a good wife, but there's plenty of men who have those women, but we don't give those women the time of day. Yet we pick women who continue to fight us and against us on every single thing. And these women, we had them when we ain't have nothing.
But because she was pretty, that's why we let the fight happen. You right. And then she looked like a scutterbug, but she loyal as a motherfucker.
Loyal as a mug.
Scutterbug. What happened? Oh my god, he said scutterbug.
So Dave, Mr. White saying, "Yo, the little see, Mr. White, what I was trying to build on was like just manliness, though.
Right.
So like cutting your grass, knowing how to fix some shit, and then today it's easier than ever. YouTube University is amazing. You can find anything on YouTube University. Just doing shit, killing bugs with your hands. If you gotta go get a napkin and kill a bug, nigga, that shit is like this nigga's scared. Like I'm straight with my hand, nigga. Pick them up all like you know what I'm saying. I ain't running from no frogs, no snakes. Y'all niggas can't be jumping from shit like that, right? Q.
That's right.
Shit like that.
Dave, because I know it's small. It seems small, but this is the corny, stereotypical shit that men do. Like, should we be doing that shit again?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, survival skills, you know what I'm saying? It's, the B system coming. So, yeah, of course.
Yeah, Dave.
You learn all that stuff, man.
Put him in the fucking bed. You get him out of here. Come on.
Damn. So that's
2004.
That's all I'm saying. Hey, is that all right though? Like if we build up on those things again, type shit.
Yeah, facts. Because men, some of us could be too weak too. You know what I'm saying? So absolutely.
What you mean some?
Some men is weak, emotionally weak. We make decisions based off.
Minority or majority of men are weak. You think?
I'll say the numbers are growing.
Minority or majority of men are weak.
Tell them out, chef. Mute, nigga. Bub, minority or majority weak? What you think?
Majority.
Weak?
Weak. Absolutely.
God.
Yeah. Nah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm going with the majority. Word. Because can I break it down? Can I break it down?
Yeah, I just saying Isha nodding and shit. I'm getting pissed off. Go ahead.
Nah, I'm gonna break it down because it seems.
About me.
Go ahead, Bob.
What it seems like nowadays, right? What society is trying to do is emasculate us. You know what I'm saying? Like they want us to be more soft. They want us to be more. They want us to be more vulnerable and listen to the women. They want us to be more. It's just crazy. Don't raise your voice. Don't be as stern. Listen more. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back to the basics. Put your foot down. What you say at the end of the day. What you say at the end of the day goes. Fuck what everybody else is talking about. It's either your way or no way. That's how. Let's get it. Word.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
That's what I'm saying, man. Yeah, man. Interesting, man. Interesting. We ain't done, but like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. It helps the channel the most. All right, so I think we getting. Did not. What'd you say?
I said, come on here, bud.
Can I finish the? Now I gotta start over. I gotta start over. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. But that's what I'm saying. I'm feeling like we could get to a solution. Q call it soft girl era. Niggas got to get out of that shit. We understand what Adrian is saying, no doubt. But at the same time, we got to stay in that frame, I think, a little bit more. You definitely want to hear her out, but god damn, I got to change my verbiage and my word, and I'm a man.
Did you read that? What's the name? That was a good question too. To my the super chat.
I gotta read a couple super chats. I shouldn't be too far behind. The reason why I like to do them kind of when they ask them is because it's deserved, right? People don't gotta support. People don't gotta show up. They don't gotta be here. And sometimes I look at shows, they read the super chat. They done been talking for an hour. The shit is irrelevant. You feel me? Like these people really give a fuck. They show up every day. You know what I'm saying? Let me shoot. Did I miss some, Corn? Let me get these real quick.
Yeah, that last one was a good question or a good statement.
So, love, write this down. Men being more stern, doing man shit, stereotypical corny ass man shit. Allow her to finish. Let her vent to you. That's our role. But at the same time, we don't need all that space that women need to get their emotions off, right? Is that a point I heard? And then do we need to reprioritize what's most important to us from a woman? I feel like those are the main points. Cause am I bugging? Q, Corn, am I bugging? Don't you gotta let a woman kind of talk and get her shit off?
Yeah.
Not saying talking at you though, not at you, like nigga, but just I had a bad day and your kids is bad and all types of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say that. I mean, women talk a little bit more than men anyway, technically.
Yeah. Well, we know when you get going. God damn. All right,
I go too. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, nah, Chef too. Let me get a couple super chats. Hey, read this for me, Chef.
You're on mute.
Yeah,
real dramatic.
Hold on. Let me use a hood ass voice. Y'all men wanted 304s on the side. What's the problem now? Men cheated. This no accountability and still creep with 304s. Now y'all feelings count.
Wow. That's how she sound.
That's how she sound, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of punctuation that was missing in there.
Get this one for me.
I met my wife when she was 22. I was 25. You got to start early and don't take no shit. Take care of yourself and she will benefit.
Word. Matthew Pearson, appreciate you, Matt. And shout out to Sylvia Williams too with the last one with the $5. Last one, Chef. Go ahead.
Back in the day, your local cultural expectations educated almost all the boys and girls what is expected as a spouse. We told our young to not follow our old ways. Be free. Now we see the results.
Big draws with the $10 super chat. Yeah, I think there's some substance to that. So
there was one more, wasn't it?
Did I miss it? Let me try to find it.
Who lose out the most? I think it's something.
Oh yeah. I brought it back up. But so let's say we say, okay, boom, we reprioritize. Men stay in a frame. Women understand that frame. At the same time, you let women be women in terms of getting their emotions and feelings out and at least acknowledging it, and then go watch the football game. Like, do you think that we would make it? You think that would be some progress to a solution? Savage said there ain't no progress, but I think those things could work. What y'all think?
Nah, you hit it right on the head, yo. It's so many couples that I work with where there's so many couples that I work with where the men get so caught up in trying to fix something or go back and forth with the woman where if they just listen and let her get it all, everything would be peaceful. Like that simple thing. I didn't know how much of an issue it was until like the past few weeks where it's like Let them get it out. They'll figure it out on their own. As soon as it's released, you can go play football and be good. But they too, nah, but what about this? Well, didn't I do that? Nah, but nigga, stop. Don't argue with them. Okay. So what you're saying is this? Got you. I understand. She gonna go right back, fall right back. Babe, you want me to bring you your plate while you watch the game? Yeah, babe. All right, thank you. That's it.
Hold on, hey. I ain't like that tone she was talking to you in, though. Do it again.
Well, I mean, it happens. Right, we got to meet them where they at somewhat, right? Unless we're gonna start all the way over again, like some modern women, I think, and we talked about this beforehand. I think, let's say it's like 5 issues. I think we're roping it all in to think they all got these 5 issues, right? The 5 main issues of a modern woman, where one might be a little headstrong, but she never gonna be disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Nobody has all of the issues, so you might got to deal with one, or let's say the 5 worst issues they had. Be willing to deal with that one, because coming 100% either. You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
true.
The one is, yeah.
That's true. That's good. That's good. Go ahead, love.
Can I add on to it? I just want to say there's one point.
Go ahead.
All we want to do is be heard. That's all we want to do is be heard. And we don't feel like we're heard. That's when it builds up and it comes out aggressive, because we done piled it all up and piled it in, and then it explodes in volcano-like manner. So all we want to do is be heard. Even Adrian did it perfectly. I feel this way, da 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 da, and then you repeat back real quick. What I hear you saying is you're annoyed because I didn't do whatever. I don't know. Yes, thank you. Like the whole mood changes. There's no more beef. You heard me. All I want to do is be heard. Solution.
Yeah.
Right, and understand that your feelings are validated. Men also have the tendency to think just because they don't feel that way about something that you shouldn't feel that way about it. Oh, well, that's not what I meant, but this is how I feel about it. Well, you shouldn't feel that way, but I do. Now what? You get what I'm saying? So if men actually made our feelings feel a little bit more valid, there wouldn't be no next day where you're like, oh, I'm tired of hearing the nagging about the same thing. There wouldn't be the same thing, because at that point, the first time I knew that you understood what I said, you was able to take it in, and we were able to start all over.
Okay.
I agree with that. That's communication. I agree with that. And that's the level of man that you're dealing with.
Love, can you type that in the chat? Did you get them all down?
I did. I put them in I can put them in the chat right now. Yeah.
Chat, listen. So we're gonna put some solutions to this rigmarole in the chat. After they end, put a 1 in the chat if you think it'll make us progress. 2 in the chat if you think we missing something very important. We might be missing something, of course, but do you think it could be a start? You feel me? So Mike Brown's question: if we don't fix it, who loses more, men or women?
Oh, good question.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's why I like question. That's one.
Definitely the women.
All right, Savage Red with the $2 super chat. These women are side chicks. Let them keep their place. Damn. Dave, what'd you say now?
I said I think definitely the women will lose more if men and women don't get together.
Damn, that was it, Dave. What'd you say?
Yeah, I think women lose more because I mean, just like the economic landscape, the volatility around the world, as far as who gonna get the most oil from OPEC and all these different type of things, so with that, like creeping up, and just other things, like most, men, what I'm saying, it don't take much for a man could live in a 1-bedroom apartment and be happy. He don't usually get more stuff till he get with a woman. Not all the time, but some of the times. You know what I'm saying. But I just think women definitely will lose out more if men and women don't get together.
And if you and Corn switch drugs, y'all be perfect.
What the hell? Why you get back on me?
What you think, Q? Hold on, Corn. What you think, Q? I got you.
I think both. Because I think
like equally.
I think if it's not both, then what is the point of this conversation?
Oh no, he said more. Who would lose more? Not that they both. Yeah, they're both gonna lose, right? There's a loss there. Although there's another super chat that's actually a good question too. But Mike Brown said who would lose out more?
Yeah, that's the one that I'm like, for once I don't have a men or women. I think both.
Equally?
They would just lose.
Like equally lose.
Yeah.
So I guess the point, like, if men and women don't get together, who you think's in more trouble? Like, women suffered, just as an example, women suffered much more harshly during the pandemic. Women also carry a lot more student loan debt. So now when they get turned on in September, people gonna see the brunt of that. Niggas forgot about them for 3 years. And we just talking as a whole, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and that's just examples, you know what I mean? So, but if you're saying like it's just a loss, that's what you think mostly?
Yeah, because I think it's, I don't know, maybe from where I'm sitting, I don't see that men do better without women in their lives. So that's why I feel that way. I think that's a belief, right? That women are like these damsels in distress without men. It makes it harder for them to survive, but I think men need women as much as women need men.
You think women are a huge catalyst for men?
For them being great?
Yeah, like men go to the gym for women. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, do niggas going to work out? Like, why are they going to work out? Like that type of shit?
Now, I wouldn't necessarily say like working out, but I'm just saying like, I think that men are better. They're better versions of themselves with women. I just think that we're, as a Black community, we're in such a tight spot because all the blame for the lack of a good man gets put on the Black woman. You know, like if a nigga is a shitty nigga, the fault goes to the Black woman. So I think like that's some of that beef and that war that we have in our own culture is part of the problem.
Okay.
So it's like, so we don't fucking need her, fuck her, but they need us. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what that becomes. But really, like, y'all need Black women.
What you think, Ish? I'm gonna get Bub next.
I think I have to agree with Q. They both lose. I think women need that provision, that protection, and I think men need that nurturing.
So, but if you, I knew I shouldn't have let it slide because now everybody's gonna try to. So so Mike said who loses more though. So what about what Dave was saying
about oil?
But so you think? Damn.
I think okay. I'm gonna have to say, I think the children lose more because I can't pick. I think the family unit it needs both of them. They both.
Q, I had to put her in the back because of what you started.
That's just how I feel though.
Yeah.
Yes.
The women lose more because of the oil. That's it.
God damn. Go ahead, Bub.
That's funny.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to make this quick because of the background noise where I'm at, but definitely the women lose more. All right. Men are always gonna have a one up on women. First off, women. I mean, as y'all age, your stock get low, you dry up. Men, we could keep having kids till we fucking 80. Y'all go through menopause. Y'all start gaining weight, this and that. You know what I'm saying? But a man could, excuse me, I can't even speak. A man could be fat, ugly, still bag chicks, old, still get buns. Women, y'all have mad kids, body count. Men, we not checking for y'all no more. I'm just keeping it a buck. Right? Right? We're not checking for y'all no more. You know what I'm saying? That's just it is what it is. So at the end of the day, y'all always want to take that L. Us, we always want to be on top, and we always it is what it is. We always gonna have that advantage over y'all. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, y'all gotta take that L. You gotta take that L, yo. Word. That's it. I'm trying to make it quick because of the background noise.
No, it doesn't sound bad when you talking. It just sounds when somebody else. So you clear. I forgot these couple super chats. Damn.
Yo, shout out to Savage Red too, cause he be putting that. He been putting that red. Yo, Savage, holla at us, player.
Savage with the $5 super chat.
Word.
Men treat women as equals. They don't pay for nothing. Don't do anything for women. Wait. Oh, men treat women as equals. Don't pay for nothing. Don't do anything for women that you wouldn't do for a man. Let these women get that equality. Yeah, women don't want equality like they say they do. I don't care what nobody say.
Absolutely not.
Savage with a 5 again. J. Cole, so he was answering sis. J. Cole said, "Don't save her. She don't want to be saved." And then he's saying 80% divorce rate of women leaving their marriages says it all. And then let me make sure. Hold on. Love, you want to jump in? Omega Green with the $5 super chat. Real question. Is the situation worth salvaging, or are we being hopelessly optimistic about this situation? We got to come back to that. Savage with the $5 super chat. Your emotions are not real, ladies. Either follow or get left.
Can I respond? Now I do want to respond.
All right, let me get these two. True Impact with a $10 super chat. She gotta bring your plate whether you listen or not. He can't always evaluate your feelings. He got shit to do.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
I like that one. Savage $2. Women have what they have because we allow it. You want to respond to that one too, Love? Women don't make men. Women stand at the finish line and pick the winner. They don't build, they move in. God damn. Wow. I'm about to fucking flip. I don't even know where I'm standing. Love, go ahead. You want to say something to Savage?
I do. I don't even want to talk to it. He just sounds really angry.
Oh, I knew it.
It is. I don't care. I don't care what anybody knew. I don't care if it sounds stereotypical or what. But you can't tell me the tenor and the tone of his super chats is not angry. It's like
it's a text. How are you picking that up from the text?
We're looking for solutions. And it's like, and I thought I saw in the chat. I could be wrong. He's married. He's married. 4
kids, yeah.
So right. So it's like it's the way he's talking. It's like there are no redeemable qualities for women.
Damn.
And it's not even, he's like saying all women. The way he's talking is majority of women. And I honestly, it's just madness to me. I think that according to what I thought what Adrian said was valid.
Drop that link. Stop playing.
Can you go on mute real quick, please? And what Hamp was saying earlier too. I mean, we talking about having open communication, like, and he was saying our feelings aren't even valid. Like, what kind of healthy relationship is where a man sits there and says, "You're a woman, you as a woman, your feelings are not valid." Like, what kind of relationship is that? How's that going to be healthy? It's madness to me, and it's funny to y'all, and it's stereotypical that I'm sitting there saying he sounds crazy, but it does sound crazy.
Is he telling the truth?
Madness. No, our feelings are valid. Our feelings are valid.
What he's saying though is,
go ahead.
Well, Love, what he's saying is though, like, we may run the risk of over validating bullshit. Because if you notice, we say we want to hear y'all, and then we go watch the fucking game.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Because we feel like it. I'm getting an echo. Y'all hear that?
Me? No. I don't. Oh, is it from me? Oh,
I don't think so. Check. So he's saying, but like some of that shit be bullshit, and y'all know it. Y'all just going through that 28-day thing, and y'all want us to hear y'all out all the goddamn time.
But you all go through your 28-day thing too, and you guys, you make day thing. But hold on, y'all do. Y'all have a menstrual. Y'all just don't believe. Anyway, the point is, listen, y'all go through hormonal.
Come on, man.
Every single month, you just don't bleed. Cut it out. Don't get caught up in that.
We've been doing no. You ain't gonna slip that in. Nah, fuck that.
Well, let's stay here then. Fine. Y'all act like go through hormonal changes. All of this.
You was doing good. You was doing good.
Man, period.
You was doing so good, man.
And I still am. Remember what you said yesterday? You can't say I'm not doing good now because you don't agree with that point, Hamp. Either I'm doing good or I'm not. Remember you said that yesterday? It's not a valid conversation or argument if you sit there and don't agree with one point and all of a sudden the whole argument.
But because you can't say things that are outlandish when you saying some substantive stuff and then you saying we have periods.
I said you go through hormonal changes every single month. You just don't bleed. You don't have a uterus to have a lining that falls and it bleeds. That's all I'm saying. But you do go through hormonal changes every single month.
It's crazy, man.
Why did you want to stay there? That's not the point. Is we put up with your days when you don't have the best days, and what we think you may say is BS to us, we still listen because your feelings are valid. We believe your feelings are valid. We care about how you feel. We care about what you think. We want to be your peace. But how can we be your peace if you sitting there saying to me what you got to say I don't care about?
Let me bring Savage up, man. That was stupid. No.
Don't say what I said was stupid. Either you don't agree with it, that's fine. Don't say it was
stupid. The male. No, you said a lot of good shit, but I'm talking about the male period is stupid.
Hamp, I said you go through hormonal changes. You do. You have a cycle. You just don't bleed.
Wow.
What I'm saying is you're wrong.
Use your smartphone to be smart. Use your smartphone to be smart. Look it up. Google it.
I got
please.
Can
I answer your question?
Batiman thing that.
I want to answer a question.
Yeah, I got Savage in the back too. Dave, wait right in the back. I'm gonna bring you right back up. All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna let Savage get his shit off. Dave, don't fall asleep in the back, nigga. I know you.
Okay.
Dave, go make a sandwich real quick.
Don't give him no bad advice, Q.
All right, let me do this. Savage, what's good?
Good. What's up, man?
What's good? How you? I can't see you. Hold on. Y'all can see him?
Yeah, my phone got wet yesterday, so I was in the rain working, so my camera's fucked up.
Nah, you good though. We can see you. So you told me to drop the link. So you know I gotta click on the smoke can. So who you need to love? You need to have a conversation with Savage?
I said I had to say already. I can repeat it, but I said what I had to say already about that.
He up here now.
Did you hear that I said Savage?
Yeah, I heard you mention my marriage, and I heard you try to say that I was angry.
It does come across as angry. It does. And I also said, I don't want to repeat myself because I don't want to be redundant, but I did say that. I said, I thought you were married, and for you to be married, for someone to think that a woman's feelings don't matter, our feelings are valid. Our feelings do matter. Just like your feelings as a man matter and are valid. And I said,
so your
relationship. Okay, go ahead.
No, you're wrong. So here's the difference between your feelings and my feelings. Your feelings change. If I tell you the sky is blue, or I say the sky is fucking blue, you feel a certain way about how I say it and the tone, even though it's the same message. When I don't want to go to work because my back hurts from carrying my family with my responsibility, I get up and go to work. But when a woman doesn't feel like doing something, she's more likely to go with her feelings and make her decision based on how she feels about something.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Either.
Regardless of how, but again, how you feel and how you agree has nothing to do with the statistics. Statistically, men make more money because we work more dangerous jobs. More likely, we make decisions because, what's that?
And it's a patriarchal society as well.
Okay, don't try to use this propaganda crap because with your family,
we're having a discussion.
No, because
it is a patriarchal society.
Again, you still want a dude that makes more money than you and takes care of you. So regardless if it's a patriarchal society, you still want a dude that takes care of you. So you can't make more money than men. You can't make more money than men and then still expect men to take care of you. It doesn't work that way. You have to pick a lane.
I didn't say that though. I didn't say that at all.
So do you want a guy that's taller than you?
It doesn't really matter. As long as he's my height or taller, that's fine. I care more about emotional intelligence. There's a lot more things that I outweigh that I care more about. Emotional intelligence is one.
Okay, so I know plenty of homeless guys that have emotional intelligence. You gonna date them?
No, typically homeless men have mental health issues, and I don't want to date a man who has mental health issues. No.
Statistically, 1 out of 4 women over the age of 30 are taking antidepressants. So
okay, I'm not in that.
But again, your statement. He has a great personality.
Okay.
He has emotional intelligence. Okay. He's right up your alley. Why would you not want to date him?
A homeless man, because more often than not, homeless people have mental health issues. I'm not willingly.
All right.
I will not work in a relationship with someone who has mental health issues.
Okay, he has no mental health issues. He works at McDonald's, but he has emotional intelligence.
And that wasn't just the only one that I said, because you cut me off. Emotional intelligence, leadership. I did say that as well. Leadership, can communicate. And also it cares about my feelings and lets me articulate and talk. He knows how to communicate and talk. Yes. Those are.
So you want to be heard, right?
Absolutely. I want to be heard.
So you want to lead the relationship?
No, I want him to lead. I said I want to be heard.
Okay, so again, if it comes down to making a decision, they're going to have to make a decision that has nothing to do with your feelings. So again, you're saying
as they should.
Exactly.
Sometimes
so your feelings are not that important in the relationship. If he has to make a decision, they're not. Because if you're going
to make a split-second decision, no, we can't sometimes always talk. Because there are times when we can't have a conversation. It's not always black and white. There will be times when a decision has to be made. You don't have time to talk to me. We got to make it. Now, we're not going to have a conversation because you're looking away. Because I'm looking at you right while you're talking. And I'm answering your question. So if you're looking away, we're not having the dialogue anymore. So what's the purpose of this, Hamp?
How is it that we're having a conversation, but every time I speak, you cut me off?
I'm answering your questions.
What was my question?
Why would I date a dude that was homeless?
That wasn't my question because I was in the middle of a sentence. I was in the middle of a sentence.
And the other question was about him making a decision without keeping my feelings in forefront of his mind. Sometimes you can't always.
That's not even what I was saying.
That is what you talked about.
Finish what he was saying. Let him finish what he was saying. Go ahead.
That's fine.
If you're going to have a partner who makes the final decisions, your feelings don't matter, which is what I said. And then you start talking. You can't have your feelings matter and the decisions be on someone else. Because if you want decisions made with your feelings, then those are your decisions. That's how that works. So the fact that you're going to act up because you don't feel that you've been heard and you just want him to kiss your ass and listen to what you say.
Never said
that. Is
now I'm interrupting you because now you're putting words in my mouth I did not say. Now I'm interrupting you.
Let him finish.
Making a general point.
Hold on. Everybody mute. Let him finish the sentence. Go ahead, finish the sentence.
If you want to be heard and you want to feel like you're heard, again, we go back to feels. The only way your feelings are going to be validated by your hearing of your feelings is that he has to take them in consideration and show you some degree of consideration. So that means you want your feelings to be part of the decision, correct? Which would mean that your feelings are leading the relationship, not his decisions. So you can't have a man that makes as much money as you or more money, is your height or taller, and can make decisions, but your feelings get to throw a wrench into this anytime you feel something. Because anytime you feel something doesn't necessarily mean it's the reality, correct?
No, and that's not how I feel. I don't believe that. What you said, I disagree with. I don't believe that because I said before that when decisions need to be made, sometimes we don't have time to discuss. I trust my man to make the decision. That's it. That's all. There are other times in a relationship when we do have to have a discussion. That's not meaning me leading. That's us having a discussion. And honestly, when I was talking about me being heard, I'm talking about what we talked about maybe an hour ago. If I have an issue, I have a problem, then I want to discuss it with my man, I should be allowed to do that. I feel comfortable and safe to do that in a healthy manner.
Can you answer a question for me?
Sure.
When do women not have a problem?
Say it one more time. I'm sorry.
When do women not have a problem?
All the time. I'm not sure to answer that question. All the time. What do you mean? I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay. So a woman says, I want you to be a provider. Okay. Then guess what they do? They divorce you because you're never home. Okay. Then she's like, hey, I want you to help me around the house. So you stop working less. You're not making as much money. Then she divorced you over finances. So like there is no part of your feelings and a man catering to those feelings that doesn't bite him on the other side of that decision. Because the things that women look for in a man changes after a man adapts to what she wants. Because women are hypergamous. They're always looking for the better thing. So as soon as a man caters to your feelings, you have got control over that man and you lose respect and attraction to that man. Correct?
No, I disagree with that. And so when you're properly aligned with your mate, with your spouse is what matters. Because if I say, when we go into this relationship, how do you feel about gender roles? How do you feel, or what's your stance on working and having this goal and having to work 50 hours, 80 hours a week? How do you feel about that? Those kind of discussions you have in the beginning of the relationship. If you're aligned, then it won't matter. And there shouldn't be no divorce. There shouldn't be a divorce or an issue if we've already had these discussions beforehand and we know that we are aligned with one another properly. Do disagreements occur? Of course they do. But if you're aligned with the right person and you have that trust with one another, there shouldn't be a person leaving. That's when people are not aligned and don't communicate and talk, is when people just leave off the break because he works too much. If we had that discussion already, and I understand that you have to work 80 hours, but we make time for one another because that's important to make time for one another, then we make time for one another. We make that decision. But you're talking in very hyperbolic situations, in very extreme situations as well. So
no.
So when issues come up, we talk because we're aligned with one another, and no one's gonna leave immediately because there's disagreements.
All right. So unfortunately, women hold 80% divorce rate. So obviously, there's no way you're going to tell me that 80% of marriages, men are just dog shit.
No, I'm not saying that. I think they're misaligned.
Okay, so what you're saying is pretty much Jupiter and Mars and Venus have to be aligned in a certain pattern at 12 p.m. for it to work. Unfortunately, the problem that we have with women these days is women want unrealistic things, and the laws are in their favor. That's what it is.
Okay, I'm not talking about what planetary alignment you're talking about. I'm talking about aligned with values.
That was sarcasm. You said they had to be in
crazy because you have to be aligned with one another.
Women don't know what they want to eat for lunch. How are you going to be aligned with someone that isn't even sure of what they're hungry for? A need that has to do with survival.
Let me ask you this: you believe all women are like this, or I'm just
the majority?
The majority of women don't know what they want to eat for lunch. So, majority of women, 80% of the population of women
have you ever dated women?
I'm asking you. 80% of the women in this country, I'm assuming you're talking 80% in the world or whatever. The point is, majority of women, you think are that indecisive?
Yes.
You believe
correct.
That? So there's 20% that are decisive. There are
correct.
20% that
I would say it's more than that, but sure.
Okay, yeah, but just easy numbers. Fine, that's fine. So that small minority. Do you agree that we should continue to build them? And
no.
I mean a community, but the community to encourage the growth of the minority into the majority. Do you believe that?
No.
You think so what is your solution then? What's the solution in life for you?
See. We'll see. Unfortunately, this is what you have to realize. The 20% that are worth getting married, or whatever percentage you want to point, those women get picked up. Those are the women that get married. They're already married. You don't have 20. You don't have 20% of women out here that are just the best wives that could ever be that are not married. They're already taken. Just like when you see, just like tens aren't single like You don't ever see a 10 that's single. That's not how it works.
No, I agree.
But
Okay, that's fine. So I'm asking. Okay, but we're on the same page in that regard. That small minority, that 20%, you don't believe that we should expound upon that and would work for them? You don't feel we should expound upon that?
But see, those 20% are those 20%. In order to build that 20%, you'd have to work on the 80%. And as you can tell by this conversation, you have been fighting me the entire time. So you would be part of that 80%. And as you can tell by this conversation, you don't feel the same way that I feel, but I'm married. So unfortunately, you're not going to help the 20% that are actually you're not going to build the 20% into the 100% or the 80% based on those 20. You're going to build from the 80. And the 80 is the bad bet.
You talking about me personally.
Well, you would be a part of that group, and we're having a conversation that's not easy because you're fighting me the whole way.
That's fine. So anyway, whatever. I'm talking about, when I say we, I'm talking about the community. And so the 20%, fine, I'm not a part of 20, whatever. I don't really care. I don't care about that. But
you're not married. It's not a dig. The 20% are taken.
That's okay, but please listen to what I'm saying to you. I'm asking you.
I am.
The 20% that are married, that are the 10 that are doing so great, shouldn't that community be built up, teaching and growing others that are coming up underneath them to be a part of their 20, so the 20 can come into the 40 and into the 50, and it can force multiplier.
In a perfect world, like in a world where there's not war or starvation, sure. But unfortunately, if my wife came down here and told you what it is to keep a man, you would probably disagree because you're fighting me on this conversation. So you can't
dialogue with you.
You can't just build on this group with people that don't believe in the same thing.
I was talking about the coming underneath. I'm talking about the under generation. That's exactly what I said. I said the under generation.
Unfortunately, the only way that you can do that is with your own children, because society at most is going to.
That's even better.
You're going to have to do that with your children. You're not going to be able to do that with the population that's not relative to you. Your children are going to be able to have the most influence from you, but it's hard for me to come tell your daughter that she should be married at 20 and not be a whore, because society says being a whore is okay. So, like, you can't really save other people. We're at a time where you have to save the people closest to you.
Okay.
Interesting. Mr. White.
Yeah, he beat the shit out of Asia. Bad love.
I disagree with that too. I don't agree with that either.
Damn, man. Shit crazy. Savage, you all right? What's good?
Oh, not too much. Just got back from, like a 17-hour day at work and about to hit the bed,
Shit like that. Shit like that.
No, it's crazy though. My wife don't work, but she still, for some reason, has a problem with me not being home all the time or something. Like, it's weird. It's weird, Or like,
that talk, Savage.
It's weird. Like, hey, I would love a man that provides for me, but hey, I would love for you to be around more too. Like, women's emotions fluctuate with their day. They only like you for like 5 days out the month.
Wow. Damn, man. Hey, Savage, we appreciate the super chats and all that shit, man. I appreciate you for coming through and all that. Any parting words?
No, just much respect. Wanted to support the channel. Have a good time.
Appreciate you, bro. Be safe. Yeah, Savage said drop that link, man.
Shit like that.
Interesting. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Man, let me read these super chats real quick. So this came through around the time when Asia said men have period. So Omega Green with the $2 super chat. Love is lying. I'm waiting for her nose to grow. Big draws with the $5 question, ladies. If you don't help build the world, like buildings, devices, vehicles, modern comfort, should you have say so? If yes, why or why not? Yeah, that's a pretty solid question. The Loud and Strong podcast with a $5 super chat. What's popping? Women want a man that's taller than them, stronger than them, makes more money than them, more logical than them, more status, then say they're equal. Let me see. Mike Brown with the $2 super chat. Love, why does being heard matter so much? That might even be a question for Adrian too.
You want me to answer that or no?
Succinctly, go ahead.
I already said it. That's the one where you want me to answer it. I said it already because my feelings are valid. I'm saying 10 toes down on them. I'm not changing that. My feelings are valid. I don't feel like I need to, bottle things up with my partner. Just like I don't want them to bottle things up. I think that there should be a healthy flow of communication. And so it shouldn't hamper the relationship. It should only strengthen the relationship if we have this communication. Period, point blank.
Yeah.
I have a quick question. So, because I kind of agree with some of the stuff that Savage was saying. So now, in regards to your feelings being valid, now, if your man is having to make a decision, right? And sometimes decisions can't require, can't take any emotion. And you can say your feelings to him, but if he doesn't go with what you say, like, do you feel like your feelings are no longer valid, or is he just knowing that, hey, I have to go with the logic and not the emotion? I can't have your emotion interrupt the logic in this decision that I'm making.
So like I stated earlier, if he's my man, we have that trust factor, and trust is very important in a relationship. So if he says, I hear what you're saying, but we need to still go this way because I trust my man, I trust my husband, it is what it is. Okay, cool. That's why trust is so important in a marriage.
But that's not realistic. That's not always going to happen.
Mary, let me give you an example and then you can keep going. So my wife was like, I'm sitting, we came from running around doing shit with the kids and all that, right? So I'm tired. I'm sitting in my office chilling. She like, oh, can you help fold these clothes? I'm like, I don't know, maybe, She's like, what do you mean? I said, I might fold them, I might not. I hate folding clothes. You know what I mean? Regular shit. She like, well, you know what? I'm not folding your clothes anymore. Right? Because she wanted me to just fold the clothes, right? And I'm like, right? But it be little stuff like that, to Mary's point. She got emotional. Now she ain't folding my clothes for the rest of her life.
Well, that's not gonna happen though.
No, but see, that's the thing though. That's what Mary's saying. It's not realistic. This is the type of shit. Now, needless to say, my clothes are over here folded like a motherfucker. But we saying that Mary's saying that it don't manifest how y'all be acting like it's gonna manifest.
Of course, it's not going to be perfect, but like I'm not changing what I'm saying. I'm not changing what I'm saying.
If you trust him, you're not even going to mention your emotion to him.
It's not about emotion. My voice being heard.
That's your emotion.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
Are your feelings not your emotion?
Feelings, yeah.
I think what's happening with love is what classically happens with me. I think what happened with her is that her and the white dude was having two different conversations, and you guys are attaching look at Mr. White agreeing with me. Let me land. You guys are attaching yourselves to all the good stuff that he said charismatically, which is true for a separate conversation that love was not having with him. She was saying completely different.
But Q, on that point, what? There's somebody that's not listening or not wanting to have the conversation, though, right?
I think it's most of the panel that agreed with what he said and feeling like he was actually responding to her. He wasn't. He was saying a whole bunch of shit that was relevant to somebody, but that wasn't for her. Because what he was saying, what she was saying, Mary. But let me land, Mary. What she was saying was something completely different. Because I don't hear when I'm hearing her talk, I don't hear that extreme that you guys are speaking from, that he was speaking from, which is like, we're in a dangerous situation. Hear me out and let me be a woman functioning in full femininity and all of my emotions and make a decision off of just my emotions. That's not what she's saying. She's saying she's on board. Like, oh, nigga said run, we running. But y'all are taking that out of context.
Yeah, you're right. It didn't, because it initially stemmed from essentially his super chats and then her saying they were, how did you characterize them specifically? Angry. When he just voicing how it is he feels. So that when they got up there, yeah, the conversation went a bunch of different ways because she just said he was angry. So I mean,
we're not gonna put, and what we're not gonna do is put the onus on her, because to a degree, some of the stuff that he was saying
was angry.
Like, it was canned responses. I don't really feel like a lot of it applied to what anybody was saying up here. He just kept, like, if you go back and watch this, he just kept going in with the super chats. Like, nigga, are you listening to anything anybody up here is saying?
So what he was saying, so you're saying Q is like when I say Q, what you think? Savage was just saying what he thinks, right? Essentially in the super chat.
At random. Yeah. So I think because it was coming in so quickly at random, it came across as though there was an undertone, even though text doesn't have a tone. So to Eddie's point, no, text doesn't have a tone. But because his stuff was so random, it's like we're not even talking about that though. Like, it just seemed like he had something to get off his chest.
I think he was aligned, but
my thing was specifically, you know, Asia speaking in regards to, or Love speaking in regards to, like, always my feelings should always be heard or always, you know, be validated or whatever the case may be. And realistically, when you are with a man's man, like a manly man, like sometimes you just shouldn't have nothing to say.
Right. But I get what you're saying too, Mary. But yeah, even if they're in the middle of the woods and she's like, I think we should go left, and he's like, no, we should definitely go right. Him in that quick moment being like, yeah, I definitely hear what you're saying. However, she's just saying, like, don't be completely dismissive. Am I saying that right, Love?
You're exactly saying what I said, Q. Like, it's like
it takes 2 seconds to just say I hear what you're saying, which is kind of what Adrian was saying.
Yeah.
In some ways, if I'm understanding him right? You're just giving her that breathing, which shouldn't be hard if you're a man, because you know in the end you're gonna make that decision anyway.
Yeah, because I think on the panel, to your point, we acknowledged that though, right? Like we came around to it on the panel, to your point. And I think Love also said something a little bit different from your last point. You said like they're going left, right. They got to make a quick decision. If he need to make a quick decision, she probably never going to ask to be validated at that point.
Exactly. I literally sat there and said, let's just go. I said that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I never said I got to be heard at all times and it would hamper the decision or relationship. I literally said those words. So it's like, I'm not sure people are listening for controversy or really for comprehension. And I think I agree. Like, we were going like this, but it's like, why are we not even trying? So
that's why I clarified by asking you a question, because it was a lot of stuff that he was saying that I didn't know where the fuck it came from. But that's why I clarified with you. Like, when you say you want your feelings validated, is that in regards to feeling like he will change his decision based off of what you say? Or, you know, or you're okay with just like, hey, that's all right, I hear you, and keep it pushing.
Yes, I don't major in the minors. Again, not everything has to be. If we got a split-second decision, let's just go. Like, I don't know why we're beating this dead horse.
To be fair to Love,
I don't major in the minors, right? And so for there's certain things, I was like, I'm gonna wait on that. That's not even worth discussing. You said this, cool. I'm a grown woman. I'm not gonna sit there and say something about every single freaking thing with my husband. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Pick and choose your battles.
Right.
Yeah, to be fair, I think you listen more than people give you credit. Like, you would be more submissive than people probably give you credit for.
Because they see me on this podcast as this, in real life. I'm talking, I say the same thing. Like,
it's you, goddammit, for sure. It's definitely you, this motherfucker. But
my husband would
I'm just
not.
saying, you got some more. I just gave you the credit. Let it land, right, Q? Let it lie. I already said it.
Agree. I'm agreeing with you. I
don't need you to expound on it. I said it.
Well, you got it.
Let me give you the love that I just told
okay,
them
thank
niggas.
you.
We gotta have the last word, man.
Man, deep ass dimple. Savage Recovery with the $5 super chat. I feel women can show love. She's still talking. She do need the last word.
I'm talking to Eddie saying you're being funny. Fun. No, I was not talking to you, Hamp, when I said that on mute.
No, I know you're talking. Yeah.
She missed Eddie, yo.
Yeah, she missed Eddie. I feel women can show love and support by paying all the bills for your man. How you feel about that, ladies? Isha said, not a day. Damn. Sinead with the $5 super chat. Sinead was popping. See, she getting that book money. She been dropping motherfucking super chats left and right, man. You can't give niggas no money, boy. Shout out to Sinead.
Wow.
Feelings pertain to emotions because we want to be heard, but honestly, they're not always going to be factored into a final decision. Yeah, and I think women's got to come to terms with that too. Savage Red Recovery $5 super chat. My skin has nothing to do with this. No, I'm a man that dates women. You don't deal with women as a man. Oh, that's a long keyboard. No wonder why.
What is that? So, what does that mean?
Sorry.
What does that mean? What does that mean? What is his skin color? What does that
He
mean?
responded to the chat, not to
Yeah, he was responding to. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think the memo was gotten on that. I think Savage said it enough. I think Mary, you kind of co-signed it.
Uh-huh.
The guys were backing it, and I think then Shanae finalized it. I think that memo had from the beginning. I just think love was not. She was misunderstood. Like no, we get it. The final decision, there is no emotion in that, and I don't really think she was going that hard on it, but y'all went in on her.
Yeah, I mean, they had the one-on-one, the smoke cam, so Dave camera is crazy. This nigga look like you on, like you in the Matrix for real.
Dave, it's time to ride out.
Dave would turn into the white, the white dude with the glasses. Damn. All right, so it was a late night topic. We kind of hit it, but everybody was kind of gone last time. But I gotta ask these questions, man. Shout out to the chat. Mr. Britt said Dave tweaking. Oh man. True or false, bub? A woman is a man's business.
Oh, absolutely true. That's true.
So Q brought up an example of when this is not true in this world anymore. Where do you remember the little boy who shot the dude in the carry out in Chicago when he punched his mom in the mouth?
Yeah.
Q was just saying there was so many men there that didn't intervene. So we had the conversation last week, but everybody wasn't on.
Mm-hmm.
And so she said that can't be true because nobody jumped in, nobody stopped it, whatever the case was. If you seen a lady on the side of the road, do you still pull over to help if she changing the tire nowadays?
Absolutely. I look for that shit all the time. As I was taking my trip this afternoon, and I seen multiple cars on the side of the road. I was definitely checking to see if it was, male or female. Because if it was female, I was definitely going to pull over. Because like 99.9% of females do not know how to change a tire. You know what I'm saying? And that's that's a fact.
Now, if you see a woman getting into it with her man and he make her touch a couple walls or he slap the shit out of her, whatever the case is, you intervening in that?
Well, nowadays, nah. I tried that in like maybe 90, maybe 2000, and right. I saw this dude pick his lady up. I know it was his lady at the time, and he slammed on her head. So I had to break skirt. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Y'all good? And Shorty popped up like, yeah, we good. Mind your own business. Keep it pushing. And he kept whooping her ass.
Oh my goodness.
So ever since then, I'm like, all right, well, I ain't gonna do that no more. Because word, like for her to come at me like that, like word, all right, keep getting your ass whooped in.
So Q, Bob, And Bub is not. Would you agree? Bub ain't in his soft girl era, right?
Right.
But he's saying, "Yo, them situations is sticky now." Pause.
Mm-hmm.
What you think about that?
I agree with him because that's his personal experience.
Mm.
So he has a reason to feel that way. But if you heard what he said before, he tried it. So that's what I was speaking to. Like that's to me, that's man shit.
Question. Okay. Do you think you can learn by somebody else putting their hand on the stove and burning themselves?
No.
You think you got to go see if it's hot too?
I think that's how most of us learn. How many times have we been teenagers and kids and somebody like, you don't want to make them mistakes, and then y'all still went out there and rock dog bitches in college.
Yes, I hate condoms, but what I'm saying is like boom, like the dude, was like a year or so ago. Remember his wife was arguing with the nigga over the parking spot. He came outside wanting smoke and the nigga killed him.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I could learn from that. Like I could see that and be like, oh, I could probably got popped too. Especially knowing like if my wife is going back and forth with somebody, how I'm coming out the store hot like that. Like damn, like you know what I mean?
So is that learning from it or is that fear based?
It's learning what can happen. What is a probability, especially depending on where you at. Like for instance, road rage in Texas is crazy because everybody's strapped.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm cognizant of that and I'm coming out of Target and my wife like, oh, watch when my husband come, yada yada yada, that situation might pop in my head, hypothetically.
It ain't gonna change that though.
No, it ain't gonna change nothing. But I'm just saying, like, is that fair? Like, you know what I mean?
That's some personal shit. I mean, I just was saying what I was saying based on how this dude was coming across last week because he was giving me that kind of energy. Like if he sees some shit pop off with a female in public, he the type to run into an alley. Like a high type nigga. You know what I mean? And I'm like, it's people like that that's like hiding behind cameras while women is getting beat up. You know what I mean? And stuff is happening. That's what I was trying to say.
Okay.
That shit. We talked about weak men earlier. That shit irritates my soul. If you see something foul going on, especially if a woman is being hurt or something like that, and your stupid ass just bust out a camera, bro, them type of men deserve a Timberland to the face.
So if a man on it with his woman, he slapped the shit out of his chef, you intervening in that type of shit?
I would immediately like split image. I would take the bub route. I'm gonna look like, oh, what's going on over here? And if she decides like, oh, we good, and he continues to stop her out, like we know the results usually, the guy that tries to be the hero gets stomped out or ultimately gets killed, right? But this is not every situation. You know what I mean? I've been in education 12 plus years, right? I've had to break up fights. Those fights are not always girl on girl. Those fights are not always guy on guy. Sometimes I've caught male students jacking up a chick, and I had to fold that little boy real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's one of those situations where, am I gonna stand there like half the other male teachers and just look like, oh my God, stop doing that? It's like, nah, the Bronx is gonna kick in. I'm slamming everybody until y'all all get off of this little girl.
But you think that's a more of a controlled environment though?
It can be absolutely, but it's also it is not expected.
Yeah.
And more legal ramifications exist for you not to touch students. But then it's like if you are a man seeing a woman, particularly a younger child, middle school, high school, don't matter, getting stomped the hell out, and then you realize that the men are just standing there not doing nothing, I'll take the L if somebody decides to hit me, but based on my frame, that's not going to happen. And then all these other kids are going to go flying. And I've done that before, multiple occasions.
Isha, can you read the super chat for me?
I'm top 5%. I'm married with 4 kids, working on more.
Isha, this is a 20 ball, man.
After 11.
Come on.
I'm top 5%. I'm married with 4 kids, working on more. My wife
Shit
told
like
me
that. Shit like that.
women
Shit
are
like that.
equal now. Let them have what they wanted. She not under my covering. They don't need help. These ladies want you dead or locked up for them.
Savage with the 20 ball. What'd you say about that, Mary? This super chat right here, because this is pertaining to what we talking about. Go ahead, because he's saying it's so risky. Like
it is risky. Like for instance, like my husband was always the person that got called from his cousins because he only child, but his cousins always call him like, oh, this nigga, this and this, and then next week he go over there, show up, beat the nigga ass, or talk to the nigga, figure out what's going on, and then the bitch back with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, why? Like, I had to tell him, like, yo, stop saving these motherfuckers because I can't lose you. You know what I'm saying? What you got back at home is more important than the shit people got going on in these streets. So you leave that shit alone.
Yeah. So cute. From a wife, she saying her man, he gotta take care of home first.
Mhm.
And I think that's what a lot was being said last week.
Yeah, I ended up getting that from the white nigga after he spoke. And
Can we not call him a white nigga? I'm sorry, Q. I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, yeah, he was okay with it. He knew
My
what
doctor, I don't care if he's okay with it. I'm on here just now. I apologize. My Dr. Umar just went off. I apologize.
Yeah, I fuck with it. So yeah, this what I gathered that from him after he summed it up and was like, yeah, I only be concerned with the women in my household. And I was like, oh, okay, so that's how all men feel. And he kind of was like, yeah, that's how it should be. Men are not obligated to take care of another woman within the community. They're only obligated to the women that are attached to them. So it was like, okay, I still think that there's a part of you that should have an innate quality as a human being, seeing another human being in a fucked up situation. But that's just my opinion. So to the $5 super chat from Mike Brown, where he says most women don't respect the men they would want that protection from. It's not so much about wanting the protection as much as it is like where do you stand morally? And I think that's kind of what I'm trying to speak to. But to each his own. I still stand on that shit too. If you just feel like you would see a woman out there getting fucked up and not do anything, then you live with that. That's on you.
I agree with that to an extent. Like morally, it's just like you want to be that person to help, but it's like I always look at things at a standpoint. It's 2023, and it's like a lot of these women aren't doing things to protect themselves either. So it's like, why should like one of the questions Hamp asked before, like in regards to like basically do women cause more like hurt and harm to men or whatever the case may be? I forgot how he worded it. But basically, are we the issue as women when it comes to men? And it's just like these women are just not putting themselves in a position to protect themselves. Like I said, like you go back to the same dude and get your ass beat every time. Like this could be a cycle. And as an outsider, you don't necessarily know. And then somebody pull out a gun and shoot your ass because you're not minding your business. Like this 2023, this a whole different era.
Well, I think it's another example of us having two different conversations, right? Because what you're saying makes absolute sense. I think what I'm talking about is having the discernment to know when those situations apply. Because what I think is going on is people are extremely desensitized, right? So it's like we're just at the point where you should have enough discernment to be like, that's not what's going on. This was an innocent woman walking down the street trying to get to wherever, or she got caught up in some shit, and niggas will sit back and just watch that shit. To that point,
how do you know?
My responsibility.
Like to that point, how do you know?
You said discernment.
Discernment.
It'd be hard though, Mary, to your point, like to try to figure out what a situation looks like. But
Discernment, it's like at that point it's out of your control, right? Like you discern within your day to day. It's just you probably don't call it that, but it's just in you. You're gonna know when a situation calls for something. I feel like people become so desensitized they almost ignore it and then just keep it pushing. Because to the Eddie, to the white nigga's point, that's not a woman in my household.
Yeah. So the question is though, because I'm just trying to see where we at, right? Is a woman a man's business? what makes the women of nowadays so much different than a man nowadays? Like, would you jumping out there for a nigga that was getting jumped and all that? Like, I don't feel like we have the same. Somebody, everybody mute. Have the same care.
But I think that should be. I mean, like, if you see women jumping in, like that whole what was it, Montgomery shit,
Mm-hmm.
and you see women jumping in that as a woman, like if you know that shit going too far, you right there, like yeah, you should want to as a human being do something about that. If I think, I mean, I don't know what type of fight videos and shit y'all be seeing online, but I be seeing the women going a little bit more than the guys with some of this stuff. You know, like they be ready. Y'all call them ghetto, ratchet, whatever, but they be ready. Ashy ankles coming out the Nissan Altima and all. So,
I personally wouldn't have the same care if it was a man getting done filthy. Because you never know what he getting done filthy for. You know what I'm saying? He could have raped somebody's mother, sister, daughter, pedophile. Like, I don't know. But if it's somebody I know, like, you know, that I'm close to, that's a different situation. Of course I'm gonna hop in that, and I'm doing everybody filthy. But if it's somebody I don't know, like, I'll be hesitant on that. You know what I'm saying? Word.
but that's what I'm saying, Bo. That goes back to discernment. So when the little nigga swam across the water, that was discernment. He know, oh, that's some shit I need to be a part of.
Yeah, homie, the real MVP. Homie, a G. I respect him for that. Word. But
Savage with the follow super chat real quick. Ladies are equal to men. I wouldn't die for a random man. Hey, Bob, mute real quick. John the Baptist, can I see this?
No.
John the Baptist with the $5 super chat. You can't save everybody. John with the 5 more. John, what's popping? Even God allowed people to suffer from their choices. It's true.
All shit that's understood. Yeah, y'all preaching to the choir, but that's all understood.
So, hey, I put this in the solution conversation because I wanted to have the conversation, you know. Do women, should they still be covered by men? Do women need to understand what it takes for men to feel like they should be covered by men? Because I feel like if men felt like women deserve that covering, even random women, to an extent, to Q's point, discerning what's making sense, so on and so forth, right? Do women have to do something different? And if they did, this nigga battery with that. And if they did,
put him in a fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Put him in a fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
And now it's no signal. Yikes.
That's crazy. That nigga done threw me off. I ain't never seen that before. Women would have to change something, right, for men to feel like, hey, women deserve protection like children. I bet you there's less of a hesitancy if you saw a child in duress, a child getting kidnapped. If I saw a little girl or a little boy being snatched into a vehicle, I'm gonna intervene regardless of the threat. At least that's how I feel. But we don't feel like that about women nowadays. What would that? So if that changed, do you think that would help the whole us getting along as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, women don't value men anymore, and it's evident, right? And I think that plays the biggest role in why men are not as willing to put themselves out there. We hear it all the time. Niggas ain't ish. Niggas ain't this. All the time, whether it's on a panel, on the movies, everywhere. And it's like, it's to the point where now when we see a random woman, since we see it so many different places, they're automatically going to be put in that category, right? Okay, you're just like all of the other women who don't value me, so I'm gonna go ahead and risk my life for you when I have these responsibilities right here to take care of. So I think if women were just more appreciative of men and valued men, whether you understood us or not, whether you agreed with us or not, you can still value and acknowledge us. And I think if that narrative began to
turned around, I think men would be more willingly to protect women who are not like their immediate family.
Love, do you think we need to bring the sentiment back that women should respect all men?
Yeah, why would you not? Like, I'm not being funny. Like, why would
they don't?
So of course they would. Like, of course they should. I mean, of course women should respect all men. There's no reason to go around disrespecting men, just random men. I don't know.
Well, not like nigga, you short, but no, like even like when men approach women, how women reject, just little things like that.
Oh, okay. Well,
Changing that, like respect all men.
Absolutely.
But the only reason you respect them is because it's a man. Like it's that simple.
Absolutely. Like, why would you just? I don't agree with disrespecting people. If someone approaches you and you don't want to talk to them, they don't have to be disrespected.
We ain't talking about people though, love. We talking about men.
Okay,
we talking about men.
Okay, listen. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't see a legitimate reason. I think it's horrible if a man approaches a woman and she disrespects him. Just if you're not interested, just say no, thank you, I'm not interested. There's no reason to be disrespectful. I don't advocate. I don't subscribe to that. That's horrible. Absolutely not.
So you're gonna start perpetuating the messaging that you should respect all men just for the sake that he's a man.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I don't say people, but yes, respect men. Some more men, but yes, respect others.
Hey yo, clip this, Hamp. Clip this and keep it.
Clip it and write it down. Memorialize it. Put it in granite. Right on the 10 Commandments. I have never said go around disrespecting random people. I never said that.
So we just want to make sure. I want to make sure you're gonna tell the ladies, right? Because we want to prove Savage Red wrong. The 80% can make an impact.
I believe that. I absolutely believe that.
So if men say smile, are y'all gonna start smiling?
Commanding me to smile? That's no, I'm asking. No, let's have a conversation here.
I'm never. No, it's just a question.
Is that a part of not respecting man because he said smile? I'd be like, okay. I'm asking. So that's a part of respecting a man?
It popped in my head.
I'm lost. I'm sorry. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
During this conversation, it popped in my head.
That you want me to smile.
Yeah, like, you know, men say smile, sis, and women taking offense. Women taking offense that you holding the door for them. It's just weird shit.
That's weird. A man holding a door open for me is thank you. You should. You should. I would never.
You gonna help us fix this shit?
I've always advocated. A man open my car door on my side first. Thank you. I'm jumping in.
All right, let's role play. Corn. You walking past Asia. She got a grizzly face on. Go ahead, Asia.
This face right here?
Grizzly though.
I don't know how to do that. This is my regular face.
Like this. Like this. Come on, nigga.
Okay.
Yeah, she looking all dumb. Now, Corn, ask her to smile. Go ahead. You walk. Act like you walking, Corn.
Sorry. Go ahead. I'm looking real grizzly.
Hey, sweetheart. Hey, smile.
How you doing? What's your name?
Put him in the fuck, put him in the fucking bed. Get him out of here.
He not doing that. He said it though. He said it. He said, "Hey, sweetheart, smile."
That's what niggas be saying though.
Why would a woman not want to smile? Hey, sweetheart.
You'd be surprised. Remember that was a whole art. That was a whole conversation about men asking women to smile.
It's
they be like, "Oh, you look super.
You look smile.
You look."
I'm gonna start doing that too.
You said you do that too, Corn?
I'm gonna start doing that more.
Oh, you should. That's what I'm saying. So it's damn, you can't smile. Like, look how I'm frowning. You can't smile. How Corn said is, "Hey, sweetheart, smile." Who's not gonna smile when you see a smile? It's like when you yawn, it's contagious. A smile is contagious. Sounds real corny.
Nah.
But it's true.
That's Savage, Savage with the $5 super chat. You want me to die for your? You want me to die for you with Pookie so my kids and wife don't have me?
Savage not asking like somebody who got off a 17-hour shift with a wife. Like you got a lot of time and a lot.
Savage got energy, man. He
up.
up.
A lot of money to give. We appreciate that part, but damn.
On that Bud Light.
The math ain't mathing.
Savage Red with the $5 super chat. Men get 6 times more time for the same crime as a woman. Yeah, it's true. Savage, who else super chat? Women will curse you out for opening the door.
Wow.
John the Baptist, love, can you respect Big Al?
Bitch, no, absolutely not. He sat there and called me out my name. You sound crazy even asking that, John.
Yo, somebody take her books off Amazon, man. God damn.
I love it. I love it.
Hey, love, read this for me.
You said Bub or Love? I'm sorry.
Bub, yeah, I want to hear Bub read with enthusiasm.
Hey, yo, Mr. White, y'all say you don't care about women, about our education? We need to be treated like children? And a host of other things stated? Man, we accept a lot from men. Let's be clear. I think you need to flip that narrative around, sir.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
Hey, shout out Shanae. Shanae, a lot is two separate words, by the way. Just, you know.
Yeah, absolutely not. I'm not switching it up. We don't care about your education. I did say I would not use children because y'all get caught up with that. But again, in context, it was only in terms of us being patient with you and communicate in a way that you can receive it. I do put up with a lot, which is two words. Like Eddie said, I ain't even into education and words like that. So, but yeah, I don't need to, flip the narrative. I think y'all do need to do better with listening too. Had Asia did a better job of listening to what Savage was saying, that conversation wouldn't have went as long. So, I'm in love.
Hold on. Let me just say this real quick, because y'all let a lot of these non-spelling niggas come up here and put a lot of typos in here. The minute she put a lot as one word, y'all got something to say. Y'all need to relax. Y'all need to relax.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of misspells. Savage, $5 super chat. Women are entitled and want chivalry, but are equal. Chivalry means you are not equal. That's a fact, though. Oh, that's a great. I'm glad we've been talking about that. What is a solution for women to admit that they're not equal to their men? Would that help progress us forward? If a woman is a man's business and you expect random men to come to your aid as needed, right? Because of their physical prowess, whatever the case is, the women have to come to that conclusion that you are not equal to your man.
Well, that's a given, but that has nothing to do with all the shit that you just mentioned. That's just a given.
What?
That men and women are not equal.
No, but I'm saying women, for them to go ahead, Eddie.
No, but it's I hear what Q is saying, but it's not a given because most women, whatever percentage number you want to use, don't fall in that line of thinking. Like you're using logic to express yourself. Most women don't think that. They don't think that they are beneath any type of man, right? They use words like beneath. They always say submit is a curse word. You can't do all that, right? Like I'm this, and we talked about it with the Kiki Palmer example. Just because she makes money and utilize finance, I am above you. I don't have to do this. I don't have to do that. Yada yada yada. And there's all different tangents, but it's like, yo, we've just seen through this conversation how much a man is required to protect you. A man is required to provide for you. A man is required to still be there for the kids, still be there. And we talked about listening for like 20 something minutes, like to be able to listen to your emotional disposition, right? Regardless how perpetually it changes, and still, for some reason, still be focused and zoned in. Only men largely have that skill, or unless you are largely a masculine oriented woman with that type of energy, right? But again, that's not what men are looking for. So to Q's point, I super agree with you. However, most women are not moving in that direction, like at all.
Yeah. And Q, you've been saying that from day one, that we ain't equal. You've been saying that. Go ahead, Mary.
So when you said wanting us to admit that, we're not equal, what are you guys looking for? Like, is it just a verbal confirmation, like for us to do things differently? Like, what exactly you mean by
I would say, and not to take up too much, I would say it's just an existing thing that's out there, right? You need something where you can't lift it, you call the man. You just said you had an example of, your husband's cousins or whoever would call him to go handle the situation. They called him a man, right? We talked about this hella episodes ago. Who would you call, or who would you want to come if you call 911? A male police officer or a female police officer? Y'all almost all exclusively said the man, I think, except for Love, because Love wants to be special.
Q.
Yeah. Oh, is it Q? I apologize, Love. I apologize.
Love
But yeah,
said, they both
it's one
said
of those things where it's like you're almost innately want a man to be there for you. On the flip side, you want him to be emotionally available. You want all these things, but it's like that is not necessarily the crux of what you be thinking about immediately. It's just that he provides what you expect a quote unquote masculine thing to do to happen, if that makes sense.
So you guys feel more valid if we like call on you more, like you feel like us validating you being, the head or whatever.
I don't think it's about validation. I think it's about natural order. Like, I want to provide for a woman. A woman wants a man to provide for her. Like, it's an unspoken natural thing. I think
it was like he asked a question in regards to us admitting that we are not equal. You know what I'm saying? Just admitting that we're not equal.
To clarify,
what does that actually look like?
Yeah, I'm saying like almost in AA, the alcoholic got to go and admit he an alcoholic, and then he got to do something about being an alcoholic. So what I'm saying is, women take their natural role, and you guys take it, absorb it, come to terms with it, and play that role. Would that help us? It ain't about us; it's about y'all and how y'all feel and where your place is. It doesn't mean that you're less valuable as a person, but we on different planes. That's what I was saying.
How is it expressed? Give me an example of how it's expressed.
No.
You really want to verbalize and saying, I am not your I
didn't say verbal. I'm saying like it's a thing that women would have to do internally, is accept that and accept that role.
I think society has women doing too much nonsense. It's in the music, it's in the culture, it's in the workplace, right? Like the women who have the COO position or CEO position are looking down on everybody, right? Because I got the power, I have the proverbial penis, I'm the one in charge.
But
all
Chef,
that, right?
Chef, you saying why not though? I'm just saying.
No, I think it's difficult. I'm saying it's difficult for them to come to that truth.
Okay.
Because it's like everything about how I function, if it's not how I was raised, my trauma, all these other things suggest that I should only function based upon leaning on myself and leaning on other women, because that's the narrative now. So in terms of respecting men, and as your question suggests, like wanting to accept that and express that, I think is just difficult for them because society outside of this podcast says otherwise. Says
okay,
that,
so I don't think my question was either understood or maybe I didn't say it right. How would you all like to see it so you understand that we...
No, I have answered you. That's not up to us for you to express how you want to express yourself to us.
How
That's
will
up
you
to
acknowledge it? I don't... Hold on.
Are you, Asia, what you trying to say is like, okay, what would we see out of y'all to feel like, okay,
yes,
they do? Okay.
Yes. That's the same thing I said. And that's the same question I was asking. And him said it's more internal, like it's more just natural in regards to what we do in regards to playing our role in that said man's life.
But if I'm not in a dream.
So let me see if I can answer it for you.
No. See, that's the thing. That's the problem. It's not really about all that. It's about them coming to terms with it, making a conscious decision to play that role. Okay? All the questioning and acting like you can do all the shit we can do, and you have the same value. That's a problem. And that's why we keep on bumping heads, is what I'm saying. So they got to do that work internally. And then once we see it, maybe we can acknowledge it. But it's unfair for her to ask that because we don't see it enough to even know. But I'm just saying that it's a thing that we got to fix. Just like men being more manly and standing on what the fuck we need to stand on. We got to work that.
Yeah, but this is where I give you pushback, right? Because my pushback is because now you have a woman coming asking you the question, okay, like what does it look like? And she's genuinely wants to know.
No,
So
because here's go ahead, my bad. Go
ahead.
I just find it problematic because then when you can't answer, they be like, "Oh, see why you asking for it."
No, that's not.
That's PTSD. That's PTSD. Right? Because we know that happened.
That's
right?
real,
yeah. That's
real.
PTSD. Because you can't trust that it's coming from a place of understanding because most often it isn't.
But I'm telling you, it is. So listen to my words.
I don't trust it.
Well, then how do we move then? How do we move past this?
See, you see what I'm saying? You can still take what I said and try to put it in play.
I can understand it. Never mind. You know what? Never mind. I'm never mind. Because it's like, honest to God, I really kind of have a conversation for comprehension, but as being listened to and I don't know how to say anything differently. Like Adrian heard me what I was trying to get at, but it turned into I don't care what you got to say. I don't hear you. I don't trust you. But it's like, well, where do we go from here?
Nobody said I don't care what you got to say. I just because like remember, like for instance, an example that was just used was we stumbled over trying to describe masculinity. Right. So if the answers aren't concise and it doesn't quite come across as put together, then it gets like, oh, see, they don't know what they're talking about. So that's the PTSD I'm talking about. You just mentioned an example of that an hour ago. That's my point.
I hear you. It's just that if women really want to learn, it's like we have to have these dialogues. That's all. We have to have these dialogues if we really want to learn. That's all. And so it's not a gotcha from women that really want to know. Like you say before, y'all were so. I'm not verbatim. Y'all were so hard-headed before because I saw a change. I see change in y'all, but it's like the change is from dialogue and conversation. So that's all I'm saying. So again, if it's not trusted, I really want to know. Like I'm internalizing it, and I may feel I'm expressing it in a way, but if you don't receive it, if you don't see it that way, then it's for naught, and you still think that I'm not thinking that we're not equal. That's all. So again, I'm done with it. That's fine.
So I can't answer. Maybe one of the other fellas can answer. Let me get through these super chats. Savage with the $5 recovery. $5 super chat. Women are entitled and want chivalry, but are equal. Chivalry. Oh, I read this one. Savage red recovery with $2 super chat. I'm not gay. I don't drink Bud Light. Savage recovery with the $5 super chat. My wife is in bed. She don't nag or tell me about her feelings. She knows how to be a wife. Savage again. Men don't get in men's faces just to be heard because we know that there is violence with my words because we are equal. I get out of pocket to fight. We want respect, not a headache. John the Baptist with the $5 super chat. So is a man oppressors if he tells a woman in order for him to save her, she has to follow his instructions?
No, he's not. He just would come across as an asshole.
Yeah. Q, can you read this one for me?
Shit like that.
All right, Savage, keep running your pockets this way. We appreciate you. All right. Men don't ask for much. We don't ask to be praised. Women keep score, not men. They want praise for everything they do. Ladies want praise for being an adult.
Bruh.
You don't see a strong independent movement for men. That's what this panel kind of is, though. So that's that.
Independent, though.
Okay.
It is a movement. I think you might be right on that. But independence, I don't know if we're looking for independence.
Yeah, to that point.
Yeah. But you're not wrong standing up for men.
Quick.
Yeah.
Got to throw a quick little in here. So we're talking about being solution based, right? So
can you first can you answer Love's question, or you about to?
Did she ask me a question?
No, she was asking me a question. Remember, I said I couldn't answer it. I was afraid to answer it.
Oh, go ahead. I'm probably getting there, but ask again because you
Go
got
ahead.
going off about it.
But she was like, "What does it look like when a woman accepts her role as being not equal to her man and under her man? Like if women started to accept that role and live in it, what does that look like to us?"
What that looks like to what I was speaking in general, what it looks like to us is you actually letting us lead, actually taking the time to actually listen. Of course, like I said, listening to us listening to you, but you actually taking the opportunity to allow us to lead, to just take the head, I guess you would say.
See,
but also, can I throw something?
Read the super chat and then you can go.
Oh, okay. What's it say? Thank you, Hemp. Thank you, Hemp. Stop for stopping through. What? Well, thank you, Hemp, for stopping through. Hopefully, my scenario wife is acting right tonight.
Do not let your kids.
I am. Hank. I'm
do not let your. Here's also a disclaimer: do not let your kids go to high school in Tennessee. That's how they read.
What?
All right.
I could see the thing on. It's so small. I got my phone out, so it's kind of I couldn't hardly
Hank,
tear down to it.
Hank, you already know what time it is, big dog. You know what I mean? Shout out to Hank, man. Hank was live streaming earlier. I popped in and all that. But go ahead, say what you're gonna say.
No, okay. So I was just gonna say that as a solution-based part of the conversation, I would say, like I said, we kind of said it was communication, right? So men, we have to be better about communicating more. I think as men, we don't express ourselves enough, and I've been guilty of this in my earlier age, where a woman would be complaining to me, nagging me, and I just shut down. And she'd be like, "Damn, you gonna talk?" And I'd be like, I didn't shut down already. But over the years, I learned how to express myself and communicate better, so I can come across to what I need her to do. And then from that, I have to be better about listening to what she like Love was saying. And I definitely agree with that. I feel like she's very emotionally intelligent from hearing our conversation. But being able to hear what she is saying, actually saying, okay, I hear what you're saying, but I still feel like this, right? And the same, and vice versa. I feel like this. So if an apology is needed, she's able to apologize. Okay, my bad. You know what? This is what it is. My bad. And I can do the same thing. That way,
let that man talk.
No, listen. That way we can have a more adult conversation, right? We're not getting mad and getting off the phone. Oh, nigga, you don't agree with that, and hang the phone up on somebody's face. We actually have an adult conversation. We can actually have a disagreement, work on a disagreement within the same conversation, and actually go on to something else and be cool. You know what I mean? So I think that would help the solution to be a healthy relationship.
You preaching, Corn. You said a good word.
Hold up, man. Corn.
To have a healthy relationship, that's the key.
Corn. Yeah. Yo, first things first, I gotta get this off my chest. I hate that name. Why do you call yourself Corn? I hate that.
Cornelius.
Really? Right, you gonna have to change that. That's corn to me. When I hear corn, that shit sound like corny, and I don't like that.
I know.
All right,
it's all good.
So change it. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna take it from here, right? Like I remember this shit right here is embedded in me, right? And I'm 40 something years old, right? My grandparents, right? Back in the days when my grandfather used to speak, he said his piece, right? Then my grandmother would interject. My grandfather would look at his wife with a stern look, and that's all she needed to see. And she would be like, "You know what, babe? You right. I got that." And she would shut the hell up. He would say the last piece, and that was the end of the conversation. She wouldn't say anything else after that because she respected that man. So he always had the final say so. And even if she was right, even at the time when she interject, all he had to do was give her a look, and that was it. She respected that man. At the end of the day, she would with, even if she thought he was wrong, she went with whatever that man said. Women ain't like that nowadays.
No. I mean, but think about it too. I mean, as you were talking about that reminds me of my grandparents. My granddaddy, and my grandmother were the same way. However, though,
How do we lose that though?
I'm not saying that's all the way good either though, right? Because he could be leading them down a path that they shouldn't go down either. You know what I'm saying? And so there needs to be a balance in that, right? I think the woman was shutting up so much to the point where they didn't have a voice in the house. You know what I'm saying? And so they was very, like, I guess you say docile, which is nothing wrong with that to a sense, but it has to be some balance in that though. You can't just, because my grandmother, my grandmother was actually pretty talkative, but my granddaddy was the one that kind of was a breadwinner, I kind of how you were describing, but she had no voice though. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what is your, like,
sometimes Celie got to shut the hell up and fall in line though.
But Celie, that was a toxic situation. Color Purple was a perfect example of a toxic situation where a man beat you, do whatever he want to do with you. You got to just take it and just whatever.
Outside of exactly. Outside of the beat, I'm not going into all that. Outside of the beat and all that.
Yeah.
Whatever I say, we gonna do. Follow me. I'm the leader. Fall in line. This is what I'm saying we gonna do. I'm your husband. Fall in line. That's it. I don't want to hear nothing else after that. Let's get it. Let's go.
Let me just add too.
I agree with that to a degree. I agree with that to a
degree. I think both of y'all
are
correct. I think to Bub's point, like there has to be a level of discipline and understanding from a woman that if I'm a lead, right? But also to Corn's point, like there has to be an understanding from that woman that you got to know your man and how to communicate to him. Right. So it doesn't seem like your voice is being drowned out. No, your voice is important. Like you are equally a part of this relationship in that sense. Right. But you got to know how to speak life into your man. And you got to learn how to make sure that your voice is heard in ways and pockets that he understands. So it's not like I'm ignoring you. I'm not invalidating you. None of that. Obviously, you are the mother. You're the queen of the house. But there's certain pockets where it's just like, yo, I'm not trying to hear that. So that's back to Bub's point. It's just like, this is the decision based on this. And it's just like, if you tell me otherwise, we might have a problem. But it doesn't stop me from acknowledging, particularly if we're talking in front of the kids, that, okay, I hear what she's saying. You just told me in the wrong context, in the wrong space. Because like, if daddy says some shit is going to be law, that's going to be law. When we get back to the bedroom and you're like, yo, this is what I was trying to tell you, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, cool, babe. But you got to be able to understand when I'm talking to the house and laying it down, that's what the fuck it is.
Yo, and you know what? I saw an example, matter of fact, from Q. Q was having a real conversation, right? And she had to tell some people during that conversation to be quiet. And when they heated it, and she didn't say be quiet, I forget how she said it. But when they heated it, we got good results. She ain't had to say it a bunch of times, right? Almost similar to the look. But when it was heated, she got good results. Q, you remember what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
So there is some value to that for sure. Corn, you think society has progressed or regressed if you look at where we are today?
I would definitely, because of social media, I would definitely say we regress because we got too many different people out here giving different opinions about how they feel like relationships is, and it's all toxic.
Too many voices, right?
Yeah, you got men. I hate to throw my man on the bus, but you got men like Derrick Jackson. He say one thing on his podcast, but then he not living that type of life. And now we up to hold that standard, and you're not even holding that standard. So.
Yeah. Well, I guess my point is like, how valuable has all this input been? Because the more people start talking, the more we start going backwards. The more people opinions matter so much, the more voices we keep opening up. This world is going to shit, at least the Western world.
Well, at least get somebody that got some stock, at least, right? So, like, I look at somebody like, I've been listening to or hearing her podcast, and people really listen to her, especially from a woman's standpoint, is Michelle Obama. She's a perfect example of thinking about her man, the stuff that she has to go through. And I remember she mentioned something about she had 30 years, but she said possibly 10 of those years was bad, but she still stuck around, and she still feels like her marriage was a blessing. most women in the chat was like, I'm not sticking. If I got 10 bad years, I'm not sticking around. You know what I'm saying? So, but women need to hear from Michelle Obama because she's been married this model, so she has stock. She has validity in what she's saying. So we have to listen to her. You know what I mean? So I think women need to listen to more of these older heads or people that has some stock to take heed to that.
I hate the way you say stock.
Stock, whatever. Yeah, you know
what love? I can't express myself.
Huh?
Yeah, you know you hate that shit. He's saying like, what?
No, I didn't understand what you were saying. That's why I was like, what are you saying? I didn't hear
That's
different.
what I'm saying. What the fuck he's saying?
He says anyway. Go ahead.
But
you know what I'm saying.
I think also on that, I think they need to listen to men. I think they need to listen to their men. I think you probably get more value out of that.
Yeah, and men, we need to listen to other men that has that same experience as well. You know, we need examples. Some of us might not have an example. We might need examples to know how to treat our woman as well.
I think a good solution is people need to learn how to be unhappy in relationships and in marriages too. People put so much stock in being happy.
That is true.
Sometimes you got shit to work through. Sometimes you got periods and dead spots. You need to be unhappily married. That line should never work. If a man come up to you, love, and you married, are you? He say, are you married? Yes. Are you happy? Right. That's the follow up. Don't fucking matter if I'm happy. I'm married.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like people need to learn how to live in these relationships and these marriages being unhappy, but instead we make decisions off of feelings and then motherfuckers is leaving. You think that'd be a good solution?
Are you asking him or the panel? I think yes.
Panel.
Oh yeah. Okay. So the answer is yes. I think that we need to learn how to work through things and not necessarily, bound to the first sign of trouble. We need to learn how to have some stick-to-itiveness, and that's missing a lot. And people need to understand that happy is a feeling, and feelings they fade, they move, they're fleeting. And so I think that we just need to that's a part of the emotional intelligence and the emotional maturity piece of it that we as a society are lacking. We need to build that up. Resilience, another one we need to build up.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I think women can learn that a lot from men. I think just how we go about like even working or doing hard things. Like when Savage said, there was some good things he said in terms of like we get up and go to work 18 hours after 18 hours after 18 hours. It is what it is. You know, there's some resilience there. You know, and so when going get tough in these relationships, maybe y'all can adopt some of that and just keep pushing. You know, Mr. Britt with the $5 super chat. Savage Recovery is killing the 25% interest car loan people. So he must think he owned a towing company or some shit. Savage says, when a woman nags, say shut up. I don't know. That's effective. The 3 S's: sex, silence, sandwich. Corn, you drink Bud Light?
No, I don't drink beer at all.
Oh God.
No beer.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
Tatum 32. Good to have Chef and Bub back. Word, man.
Gotta have niggas from the Bronx in this motherfucker now, man.
Shout out Tatum. Let's get it, baby.
Bronx is shit, man. Savage Recovery with a $2 super chat. Q is appropriating my culture. Why? What's he? That's his shit you got on Q?
I doubt it.
Damn, man. I had one more everybody. Last thing I was gonna mention in terms of solutions is the whore culture we complain about. I just wonder if we perpetuating it by liking pictures and looking at these pornos and double tapping on everything Instagram with her ass and titties out. I was wondering maybe if we get away from that and start being more selective with our compliments, would that help change it at all as men?
Yeah.
It would. we partake in the nonsense too. Like the level of losers buying OnlyFans and all this other nonsense. It's like we don't help either. We don't help either.
Yeah. We could talk about that more in depth. I think we did a hell of a job tonight. Real shit. Your blonde hair, Q. That's what he's talking about.
Oh, okay. The ignorance. That's like saying light eyes or white skin. We make all that. You gotta relax.
Oh man. It's actually, I'll give you some scriptures in the chat, Q, about blonde hair. Actually says a lot about blonde hair, too. Listen, man, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Please hit all the links in the description. DirectionCYOP.com for all the latest merch. And DTs.com for the risky merch. Please subscribe to the Apple Podcast. We on Anchor, Spotify, and all that, but we really been focusing on Apple. And also meet the panel, meet the fam, right? So the consistent panel, I put all of their links, their Instagrams, link tree, so on and so forth. So give everybody a follow, man. They deserve it. You feel me?
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
It's been a dope one, man. I think we got a few love. You never put that in the chat.
Actually did a long time ago.
You did? I didn't see it. I meant to highlight it. Damn. That's all right. I don't really fuck with Jerry Springer, but I do like one of his constructs. Chef, final thought.
Men and women have a lot of work to do in terms of the healing process of relationships. Said a lot today, but I think we're headed in the right direction.
Okay. Word. Love.
Communication is key. Active listening is a skill that everyone needs to develop. And I think we should listen for comprehension and not for controversy.
Word. But
women will always be a man's business. Let's uplift our traditional women. Modern day women, get with the program because y'all not winning right now. So smarten up. Let's get it.
Word. Q.
Men, instead of putting down the type of woman that you don't want, work on yourself, healing yourself, and attract the kind of woman that you do want. And if you need help with that healing journey, make sure you get my baby's book on Amazon. Get you some healing.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit
Word.
like that.
Corn.
I would say we all need Jesus and we need therapy. As men and women, we definitely all need to work on ourselves so that we can be better husbands and wives. Women be better wives.
Word. Yeah, man. And then absolutely nothing is gonna change overnight. But do what you can to effectuate positive change. So I fired the niggas cutting my grass 3 weeks ago. So I've been cutting the grass. I've been out there. I hurt my hand yesterday. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know weeds have prickers on them. You know what I'm saying? But down here in Texas, they got different type of plants, man. They been kicking my ass. Real shit. You know what I'm saying? I've been on YouTube University, especially since we renovated that last house. I could do a lot of shit. Change out plugs, put fans up, all types of shit. We painting the brick now. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? She think it's fun. This nigga.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
But she don't do it every day. You know what I mean? She ain't painting stuff and fixing shit and patching walls. She like, I'm gonna paint the brick. I'm like, this nigga, she laughing and shit. You got paint everywhere. I'm like, yo, god damn, But let's adopt that. And then, you have that. And we had that conversation. My wife say, I just want to get it off. We 99% of the time we do what you say anyway. But she said, just hear me out sometimes. And that gave her some peace, and I go and keep doing what it is I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So I just want us to get better, man, because we better together. That family, that's how you build wealth. The quickest way to wealth, is marriage. So let's try it, man. Yeah, we can't fix it all, but we can do our best. You know, one person at a time, man. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend, and we out.